the world's classiest bullshitter. And now, your host, the lady who wears the pants when she goes on rants, the trip with the wild hair flip, Jessie Milestone! The lady who wears the pants when she goes on rants.
Oh no, it's
the
did the
trip
thing.
with the wild hair flip.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to This Week Tonight, the Karen edition.
Karen. I'm your co-host, Karen.
I'm your host, Karen.
Karen.
Are you including the sound guy and the cameraman?
Yes.
Oh, of course, Karen. It's a party of Karen.
The Karen man can.
The Karen man
can, because he fixes it with love and makes the world taste
like
good.
Karen. Tonight's the Karen stream. Press the like button. Welcome to the Karen stream. We are going to have Jedi Bunny on here tonight. So without further ado, also that's Jeff, in case you didn't know.
I think people recognize my voice.
I feel like they might know.
I feel like who is in the chat right now? I want to give a shout out to some people. That
Who's
Nintendo guy definitely knows my voice.
Who's in our chat? Dixon Cider,
Beth
Jeffrey
DeGoo.
Nelson, Beth DeGoo, classic peoples. Sander Hammerslag, Saturday Night Karen.
Is that a real name?
Chase, I don't know. That's right
an
there.
Awesome name though.
Samuel Hammerslag. Sander Hammerslag.
Ham sandwich?
Hamburger slab. We are standing or Karening, says Hawktick is a history corner, starting us off the super chats. Thank you, Hawktick. Yes, we're Karening. So wait, what is standing? You learned this.
It's like being a freak. It's the song Stand by Eminem. You're a creepy, crazy stalker fan.
Okay, I've never heard that song, but
We'll
I believe
play it
you.
tonight for you. It's a really good song.
Mm-hmm.
You know the song Dido, Thank You?
No.
Okay.
By also
by Dido.
By Dido. Oh, what's a Dido?
Her name is Dido.
Okay.
The song goes, my tea's gone cold, I'm wondering why. I got out of bed at all. Morning rain clouds at my window, and I can't see it all. And even if I could, I'll be gray. Put your picture on the wall. It reminds me that it's not so bad. It's not so bad.
Why are you reciting the lyrics of the song?
For Stan.
Okay. The Price is Right review. Thank you for the super chat. It says, oh man, it's party time. Sup, Karen? Don't be psycho. Oh, come on. It's in the job description. All Karens are Karen. All right. And Benito Martinez. Thank you for the super chat. Let me highlight all my super chats.
Benito Martinez is the best.
Benito Martinez says, introduce Jeff as the guy willing to take one for the team for his love of Star Wars. That's accurate. He takes too many for the team sometimes, I think. All right, so I'm bringing Jedi Bunny on this stream because it's my job. Because I said that I would.
Now, should I tell them? Maybe for a part of it.
Yeah, Jeff has to go do errands for us because we were bad and irresponsible and did not go grocery shopping, and we realized we're almost out of bubble water.
I can. Never mind. I don't want to hijack it. Never mind.
What?
You can send me the link on my phone, and I can broadcast from the grocery. Like, hey guys, I'm in the store.
I thought about that, but then I thought that might be irresponsible for a variety of reasons, not the least of which is doxing us by accident.
Thank you, Echo Base Network, by the way. Appreciate the compliment about the High Council. Folks, always join us here after the High Council every Tuesday night for the Mindless Entertainment stream.
Do that thing. It's fun.
It's always a good time. I've never had a bad time.
I have also never had a bad time.
Ooh, and while I'm here, should we tell the audience why they need to stick with the whole show?
Oh, yeah.
Because
hold on.
Okay. I'll just dance while I wait.
So, if you guys don't know Jedi Bunny, she's awesome. And she is awesome. And she's also awesome.
Next thing you're going to tell me is she's awesome.
She's totally awesome. I met Jedi Bunny first when Jeremy first came out here after I'd met him. It's actually the first time I physically met him in human person. No, the second time. Or was it the first time? It was the second time. I don't remember. Anyway, I think it was the second time.
It had to wait, because didn't Jedi Bunny... That was after we met, right? You met Jedi Bunny? Because you met... Remember we were texting each other back and forth, and you were hanging out with Jeremy and a group of people.
No, that was not the first time I met Jedi Bunny. I met Jedi Bunny way earlier, that January or later, because it was when it was March. I met Jeremy the first time that January. I think like that Marchish somewhere around there because we were surprised there was still snow in the mountains. She might be able to, we'll go over the whole story of how we met, I guess, when she's here. She might be able to help with my timeline a little bit. Mr. Another says, hi, Karens. Hi, Mr. Another. Thanks for being here. What's up? We're all Karen. Everyone's Karen. Everybody's Karen. The Price is Right review. Thank you for the super chat. If you want to listen to hilarious Karen storytime videos, look up Scrub's YouTube channel. He has a whole saga of hilarious videos about his psycho neighbor. Oh my God. We're going to go subscribe. Make sure to subscribe to us. We can do that later. Make sure the super chat. There you go. So yeah, guys, this is the Karen stream. So if you've had a traumatic Karen experience that you'd like to share with us in the chat, please do that. If you've been yourself a Karen at any given point, look, sometimes as a woman, you just...
Wait.
It's true. Sometimes as a woman, I know people want to denigrate the Karens of the world, but every now and then as a woman, you just need to put your Karen on. You just need to put on your Karen and get shit done. It's sort of a necessary state of being famale. Actually, this is a lot of what I want to talk about when we get our special guest here. Who's here? What's up, Bunny? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're alive. We're present. We're accounted for.
Sorry, I was having technical difficulties. I'm streaming from an iPad for the first time. So fancy. I know. I'm excited.
That's StreamYards must be upping their game because you're actually coming through pretty well. We got you through pretty well on your phone the other day too. Before it wasn't working at all when you tried to chime in via iDevice, but it seems that you're coming through loud and clear. So that's good.
Let me do it on Safari, so I was surprised by that.
Interesting. Maybe it's just I think Safari. Well, it was like the first browser that was on the iDevices, or at least the I think
that's their. It's their main one.
Yeah, it's their one. So they're, that works best with the device, and its interface with the device overrides Chrome's compatibility with StreamYards on a browser. So there you go.
I didn't know about any of that. So that was just a new lesson for me.
Information. So
Jesse, I always know I'm going to get like an interesting tidbit of information, whether it's how to do a somersault correctly.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
Yes. Jeff missed that part. He missed
You did.
Along.
That was the day last time we hung out.
You have to teach me how to do a somersault.
I'll teach you something. It was really fun. But it was clearly too much fun because we were soon interrupted by more pressing matters.
Oh, yes, indeed.
And you can't have too much fun. Otherwise,
Yeah. It's not allowed. There has to always be some form of, even if it's just an ethereal Karen that just sweeps through, ruining all the fun in life.
Yep, just an ethereal, definitely not grounded in any form of reality, Karen. Oh, we got a few super chats. Let's read a few of them. Matt G says, yes, Jedi effing Bunny, woo woo! Thank you for the super chat, Matt G, and thank you for the excitement. Jedi Bunny is an awesome. Are we calling you Jedi Bunny, or do we use your name at all, or was it
whatever? I mean, I don't know. At this point, I don't even know myself, so whatever comes naturally.
I don't know what my name is anymore.
Well, just tell the audience. Damn it! I was about to say, just tell the audience it's actually Karen.
Yeah, we're all going by Karen tonight. We are all Karen tonight.
I'm a Karen. That's you know what? Perfect. I'm a boomer Karen. I identify as a boomer Karen.
Brilliant. So, Mr. Another, thank you also for that super chat. Thank you all so much for that. This awesome super chat. Is it double offensive to say, okay, boomer Karen? Yes.
I like it.
I think so, and I appreciate that chat. Oh, we got Thanos CVS up in here. That's one of yours, isn't it?
Keychain?
He says, my right ball got cup of my keychain. I still love it, though. What is this keychain?
He got it at a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, God. Okay. And it's the most
wonderful thing ever.
Hey, we have 69 people watching. Woo, woo, party for that. All right. So I was trying to tell the story of how you and I met, Jedi Bunny.
Yes. Yes, Jedi Bunny Karen. That was a momentous occasion. We got to play with a cute little doggy.
We did. It was really special. What was that? Was that March last year?
Oh, my gosh.
I was trying to remember the month that it was. Because it was definitely before Celebration. Because I knew Jeremy from all of our conversations, but I remember like Celebration was the first time I'd hung out with him for that long. And then I feel like it might have been March. So you and I have known each other for about a year now. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Crazy town.
Longer than us.
That's true. Longer than us.
I guess you know her better.
Clearly.
So you guys are the cutest. I just have to say, you guys are so beautiful and cute together. I just love it so much. It's so sweet.
Like it.
And knowing guys constantly quote Star Wars together is just. Oh,
I figured that would probably, that would hit you in the
Yeah.
field.
Now, before you guys get too deep, I'm going to head
Oh, yeah.
out. But do you want to
Right.
show them the thing?
Yes. Okay.
I will be back for the finale.
So Jeff's got to go run do some errands because we didn't get up in time. We're almost out of
food. Well, honestly, we're just out of fucking food.
Mostly bubble water, which we can't subsist without, and
We
don't have anything for dinner. And and this grocery store closes at 11, so we're gonna make sure Jeff gets there before it closes. But he'll be back.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Especially because Karen, I don't know if you know, but we do Mad Libs on this channel, and that's the new thing and the streams ever since I started doing my my nightly live streams, and I have a few more left of the Star Wars.
I have that one.
Nice.
Yes. I haven't used it.
Awesome. Well, it's great. It's a lot of fun. I'll give you some previews. But I also got, because we realized we're running out of that one, and we're like, oh no, we need more Mad Libs. This is becoming a staple of the channel. What do? We don't want one of the Star Wars ones that has the fucking new shit in it.
Damn.
They do make a roast Tico one though.
And
that might be worthwhile.
Thanos EVS just says keychain. Thank you, Thanos EVS. Keychain indeed.
I do love that photo of Thanos EVS though. He just looks so.
He just looks like EVS but purple. It's great. All right, so Karen's got a knife.
Karen's got a knife.
All right, so check this out. Mad Libs After Dark. This is the adult love version with 96 pages in it.
Ooh, it's fancy too.
It's fancy. It's freaking hardback.
It's hard.
It's a hardback Mad Libs.
Ooh, let me
It's got
see what.
pink paper.
You guys hear me? Hang on.
If you're determined to land that first date, you must occasionally take matters into your
What I
own.
press?
Riding Sonic, we're here. I don't know if you're just.
Is it me? It must be me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you fine.
I can't hear anything from you. Oh, why can't I hear you?
I don't know.
Oh shit!
Hang on. Nobody's
I don't
saying
know.
anything in the
Is it a
chat.
broadcast issue? I wonder, because someone just said I missed the stream. Are we
I see
not
your lips
here?
moving, but I don't hear your voice. It must be me because nobody's saying anything.
I don't know. Everyone,
We're
guess.
just sitting here. Wait! You got a new super chat from Ian Slater, so the stream's still going on.
Yeah, I did.
The stream just started as a Techi-san, so he may need to refresh.
Uh-oh. Stream just started. He may, yes. No, I mean, he means like,
Should I refresh the page?
Can you still not hear us?
Can you hear us? We're not even trolling. We should be trolling.
No,
Audience hear us?
I think the audience can hear us. They're not talking. Yeah, if some people come on and if they chose the streams out, so he might need to. Yeah, everyone else can
Slater
see
still
us.
sees us.
All right, so Riding Sonic. Hopefully you'll hear us. We are here. Hopefully, Jedi Bunny can hear us again one day.
They hear, but not me. I can't hear you guys. Hang on.
We hear you. I'll read super chats.
Okay, I'll come back. Okay.
All right, we're gonna have Jedi Bunny pop out, pop back in again, see if she can hear us any better. I'm judging by the fact that people are still watching, I'm assuming there's no serious problems. Other than the fact that you haven't pressed the like button yet. But Ian Slater said Karen in one of the spaces for the next Mad Libs. I was thinking about seeing what one of the Mad Libs would read as if Karen was all of the things. Also, that is an official Mad Lib suggestion, which means I'm going to go to our next.
My Karen droid came, a scrambled Karen.
All right. So, I wonder if I have a proper noun. I'm just going to throw it as a noun. First noun.
Ooh, this game, folks, is Cloud City, an advertisement by Lando Covers.
Part of me wants to just make every word Karen. Maybe we'll do that one of the love ones.
You've seen Spies Like Us, right? So it's a Dan Aykroyd Chevy Chase movie where they're spies like us.
Wow.
Yes.
How
And
about it?
well, there's a scene where they introduce themselves as doctors, and they talk to all the other doctors, like doctor. We get Karen.
Amazing. It has instructions for how to use Mad Libs. And I'm going to read this out loud for everybody. It has a review of what the parts of speech are, because everyone's like, what the fuck is an
I
adverb?
think you should have done that.
Oh my god, well, I don't know if this
It
has
does.
one. It does?
They all do.
Shit. Well,
All man. Not everyone knows what an adverb is.
It's true. All right, Jedi Bunny, can you hear us?
Yes.
All right, glad we sorted
I
out.
Bluetooth on, so I think it just interfered. I crossed the stream.
Don't cross the streams. Never cross the streams. I wanted to acknowledge all of our nerddom right now, though, because I'm wearing my Star Wars shirt. We got Jurassic Park, and come on, don't
Ralph
do that.
Lauren polo.
Don't do that.
Yeah, read the
We
braille.
got Eagles. Eagles. Thank you, sweetie. This is how much he loves me.
Yeah, I have one football T-shirt. Actually, no, I have two: a Bengals and an Eagles.
She crossed the streams. Honey, I Shrunk the Karen. Yes. Any titles, if you guys have them, please drop them our way. Let me just. All right. Losing Jeremy says I lost my right ball too, but it was due to trying something with my Ahsoka head prop. Oh god.
Ew.
Oh
did
dear.
the ball just pop off and wither away, or did you tear this? Never mind.
Why are you asking these questions? Oh god, just to press the like button and pretend that chat never happened. Because it sits there for you for all to see. All right.
Testicles.
Now we got 16-bit mascot says, "Hail Jeff C. Hail Jedi Bunny. Stay safe, everyone." Thank you, 16-bit mascot. Hopefully you're staying safe as well. Mascot. Also, hail Karen.
Yeah, hail Karen.
We're all Karen tonight. Oh, Karen. And Matt G says Larry David on Curb Your Enthusiasm is a Karen. That's true.
My lawyer's dad went to school with Larry David.
Oh,
yeah.
What?
He has stories. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Karen Thon, man. Oh god. So
I'm gonna head
stuff
out. Jedi Bunny, I'll see you at the end of the show.
He will return to us.
Bye, folks. Don't leave. I'm coming back.
Jeff is coming back for Mad Libs, and whenever he gets back. So, singing in the Karen. How about Karen in the Rain?
Ooh, I'll take Karen in the Rain for 500.
There you go. Oh, so this was something interesting I read in this article that I read today about Karens. The woman tried to claim, and it's funny, it goes to that last super chat that we had. I should bring it back up. Which was someone was like, no one's ever, it's clearly a sexist term because no one's ever called a man a Karen. I'm like, that's definitely not true.
Yeah.
I've definitely Karen'd some dudes before. Like a dude can be, it's not a gender specific term, like Mary Sue, not a gender specific term. Happens to be named after a woman, namely Karen in this case, but not a gender specific term. So
just like boomer isn't necessarily even a generationally specific term at this point. It's been appropriated by two other generations. So
exactly.
You can be a boomer and be, be a toddler. It's just it spans so many different.
I say okay boomer to my cats when they piss me off. So. I totally don't. I hate okay boomer. I think it's so
It is. Speaking of cats, Nova, you haven't met Nova yet, but there she is.
Nova, kitty. Oh,
Jessie. Say
hi,
hi,
kitty. Hi, Nova. Oh, what a pretty kitty. I'm hoping we'll get an appearance from one of mine. Jane is staring intently at nothing. And give me Jane.
Yeah.
Give me a Jane. Thank you. I'm getting a Jane to me. Oh my god. Midnight's Edge After Dark says wine comes in juice boxes now. Karen's cheer. Wine actually does come in juice boxes though. I've never seen this.
Oh,
there's Jane. This is Jane.
Who's that beautiful kitty? Look.
He's a boy named Jane because he's a firefly.
Wow. Cat stream.
Hi, kitty.
Oh, love, very love.
Jeff. Nope, he's gone. Okay. I just wanted to remind him not to put anything heavy in the Jeff. Nope. Okay. Go on. He had his headphones and he couldn't hear me. We have one of our bags is kind of dying. I just want to remind him not to put his any of the heavy stuff in that one, otherwise it'll die.
Those reusable ones with like the kind of fabric-y straps.
Yeah, this one's actually this one's like a nice canvas one from Trader Joe's, but I've just had it for like a long time. Oh, okay, Jane, that's fine. Goodbye. He's gonna sit right here next to me now. He loves sitting where Jeff sits.
Oh,
yes, he's my co-pilot now.
Oh,
he's so cute. He's gonna lie down here, you little baby.
Oh, the teeth.
I know. He opens his mouth like that when you pat him. He like opens his mouth part of the way. I don't know why he does.
I love that. Oh,
it's cute. It's cute. He's very silly. Sometimes it looks like he's trying to say something to you because he'll just go.
Yeah.
Talking. Oh, it's so cute.
Such a weird cat thing. The teeth thing when they smell things.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
He just does it all the time. He doesn't every time you pat him.
Oh, Beth has a ferret.
Yes, she does, and getting another one theoretically. I assume that's the one she has currently, which is Matilda. But then she's hoping to get one named Buttercup or Bubblegum. Bubblegum would be the new ferret.
Oh.
Yes, and thank you for the super chat, Beth. To you. Tuesday, April 21st, 2020. Dear Diary, the days are beginning to blend together, and my sanity diminishes a bit more every day. If I don't find some donuts soon, I fear I may not make it. And apropos super chat, and on that note, how are you faring with this whole quarantine situation?
Me or Beth?
You.
Because Beth looks like she's gonna need a donut soon. I don't know.
Beth is awesome. She's actually come on here a couple times. She's up in Canada.
Did she ever bring her ferret Matilda?
Yes, she's shown us Matilda. She's shown us one of her kitties, both of her kitties, maybe. And whatchamacallit. Yeah. Oh, also she is her job is as a party princess. So
oh my gosh, that's cool. That's really cool.
We'll have you guys on together sometime because she's a lot of fun.
I would love that. I love ferrets. I used to have a ferret named Princess Leia.
Oh, of course you did.
Yeah, she was a strange ferret too. She was a little bit different, cut from a different cloth. Little kooky. She had a stash of stuff. I mean, I think it's common for ferrets to stash things, but she just like stashed so many of my toys that I found years later. So.
Oh God.
Interesting.
Yeah. Shit Pancake, well, formerly known as the cat, formerly known as Malcolm, aka Shit Pancake. He feels the need to knock things down off of everything.
Yes.
He loses a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is just gone right now, including my friend's food stamps card. Because she was under a full quarantine, so she gave it to me to take to go buy her some groceries and stuff, and I put it where my wallet usually goes and whatnot. Cat fucking knocked it down and it's gone. So I hope, obviously, it has to be somewhere, so I'm gonna try to find it. But
that's important. And it's like they know sometimes the more valuable something is, the more they're like, hey,
the more they're likely to just destroy it.
Yeah.
This is a good one from Soul Assassins. 12 Angry Karens. That's a perfect one. I gotta send it to Jeff. Oh my God.
The natural state of a Karen would probably be angry. So
yeah, so it's kind of a redundant title right there. Yeah. But let me send that picture to Jeff real quick so he can appreciate it. So don't forget to show him later. There you go. We had another super chat roll in too. I don't want to miss that. Oh, it's Justin Proper. He said, "You ladies and Jeff are what I miss most about Callie."
Wait, is Callie? Where'd he
go? He went back to Ohio. He just up and left us.
Wow. Well, Cleveland does rock, what I've heard.
No. He went to Cincinnati though this time. He went to Cincy. But a bridge over the river, Karen. Oh, this is too good. This is too good. So I've right away. Any other aside from Larry David? Any male Karens you can think of off the top of your head in pop culture, or like in life or something?
Male Karens.
That's something that
I'm sure there are many it's funny, I never really used the term Karen. I feel like it was just starting to truly pick up steam, and now we're just having it ripped out from under us.
It's so weird how stuff like that works nowadays, where there's like all these little things that were sort of marginalized parts of everyday culture, and because of the internet, they're now everywhere. They spread everywhere like wildfire, and then they get this life of their own that sometimes stops resembling what it originally looked like too, and then you can't have it anymore because we can't have nice things. It's really strange. It always comes. I should start making a list of like stuff this has happened to, where it's just weird things that never would have become things. Like there was I don't know if you ever saw it, circulated years ago. It was a post about like renaming animals. And it was the popularization anyway of raccoons as trash pandas.
Oh yeah.
And that like suddenly became a thing overnight. And now it's like so freaking prevalent that there was a reference to it, in the Avengers when they called Rocket a trash panda.
Okay, yeah. But is that bad? Is it considered like a negative term now to call a raccoon a trash?
No, they're not getting it. And so far has not. No one's steeped it in some sort of racial prejudice, which I'm sure somebody will do. It's just weird how like these things take on a life of their own. Like referring to someone as a Karen is like, that's a trope that's been around for a while.
Right.
I think it's popped up here and there. And then all of a sudden it just takes on a life of its own. And now for some reason people, I don't like, that's the thing about me for this one is like, why are people so outraged about this word? Why?
Yeah, it reminds me of calling someone like a crazy cat lady, even if she doesn't have cats. Or you could call a man a crazy cat lady, even if
Exactly.
and he can be a man and he can still have a crazy cat lady vibe.
Exactly. It refers to a trope, it refers to a type of person, you know?
Yeah.
I just have one. Stanley Tucci's character in The Devil Wears Prada. He is totally a Karen.
Oh, I can't even remember his character in that. And I've seen that movie a few times, so I should know.
He's like super uppity. He's definitely a Karen in that
movie. He wasn't like an assistant, was he? Was he an assistant to
He was sort of. I think he wasn't like an assistant. He had like a more real job description, but he got passed over for the promotion at the end because of all that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that worked.
Yeah. Oh, Dr. Coffin Nails. Cosmic Karen. I need to speak to the Living Tribunal. Jeff will get this one. I'll make sure I'll that one, Jeff. Here. I'll even send it to him right now. So how have you been getting along in this apocalypse?
I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth, but I think I'm finally settling into it and starting to not necessarily embrace it, but accept it. And I think I'm better, and I feel like I'm handling it better than some people I know just because I am more introverted and I'm okay. Like I love people and I love being around people, but I'm not like missing out on like social activities and stuff as much as a lot of people that I know are.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that to an extent, but I also, of course, would like some degree of normalcy and the option to go out and be around other human beings. Like that, I think the most frustrating thing for me is just the element of the unknown, of course. So that's perplexing and unnerving sometimes, but I don't watch the news anymore. And of course, like once in a while I'll see like a big headline on YouTube or something, and if it looks like something serious, I'll look deeper into it. But I don't even check really Reddit anymore just because so much of it is speculation, which can be really scary. So yeah, I'm trying to stay as stoic and present as I can, but each day is different. How about you?
It's funny, when it first started, it wasn't it was easier in a weird way than it is. Well, I don't think it's gotten hard. There's anything particularly challenging for me or even Jeff about it, as much as like in the beginning, it was sort of exciting because all these trips I had just went away. I was supposed to be in Detroit, in St. Louis. I was supposed to be in San Diego another day for all these fencing tournaments, and that was a big part of my income, so that part sucked. But all that stuff just melted away, and then overnight it was like all these times I was gonna have to pack a bag and get on an airplane and fly somewhere, and then every 2 days a week where I drive out and do my lessons, and once a week where I go and do this open mic, all those things just sort of suddenly went away. And at first it kind of felt like this big vacation, which was cool, but I think Jeff and I both sort of hit a rut at this because it's been a working vacation. We both dived into doing live streams more. I started doing some sketches, things like that. And then we were like, maybe it was like a bit off more than you can chew. Maybe it was a do too much at once thing. Whatever it was, I feel like we both just sort of simultaneously, midway through last week, kind of got a little bit like bored, I guess, not of each other, not of being, in our lives or anything, but just, I don't know, bored of the monotony. So
yeah,
we're thinking of ways to alleviate the boredom now. At the same time, it's like you create that crash point and like your motivation is really low too. So you're like, we should do all these things. And you're like, we're just gonna, I don't know, not. So,
yeah. And that's especially when you have that like hype of
motivation
and you think of all the things you should do, sometimes that's overwhelming enough to stop
Oh,
you
crippling.
of those things.
Exactly. That ends up becoming the most crippling part where you're like, I know exactly what I need to do. And like the idea of starting is so overwhelming because the second you start, you have to acknowledge the whole mountain. You know,
Yes,
it's
exactly. Well put. Exactly.
yeah. Which is when I start to remember that, you know, climbing up mountains is something I do with gusto and for fun, you know. So you know this.
That's true. I do know that about you.
They we just pulled over on the side of the off of the highway to go try to climb a mountain to get to snow, which apparently we would have succeeded at doing if Jeremy wasn't sick. So,
well, to be fair, I was scared that I was thinking because I was the last one out of the three of us that I would just be taken out by a mountain lion and I'd have no choice. So I was freaking out internally, and I might have said it a few times. I'm like, we're gonna.
To be fair, we turned around at the right time because we got back to the car just as it was getting really dark.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just think it's funny that Jeremy was all like, I would be totally fine if it wasn't for this darn cough. And I'm like, yeah, okay. We can't just climb a mountain right now, but it was fun. Anyway, I feel like Karen Interrupted is the beginning of a terrifying horror movie because like if you interrupt Karen, all bets are off after that.
She'll get out the phone and start filming you.
That's right. She's like, don't you interrupt me, bitch. Don't you interrupt. I want to see your manager right now. Interrupt me again. It'll be the last thing you ever do.
At some point, I think I want to speak to your manager haircut, evolved into Karen.
Karen, exactly.
That person.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. The haircut. That's exactly what it was. It was like I think it did start with the haircut. It was she's got a speak to your manager haircut. And then and then her name is probably something like Karen, and then Karen just felt the most appropriate, so it stuck because it really was that haircut first, stuck to the haircut, and then we got this wonderful super chat from Riding Sonic that says movie idea: Karen got fingered. Oh God, here we go.
Tom Green.
And the Price is Right review says Karens are entitled soccer moms, Carls are idiot baseball dads. You're having either a bad or hilarious day when you have to deal with both. Oh my God, there you go. So thank you, The Price is Right review. Someone says Anthony in Designing Women is a Karen. There you go. Male Karens. Much Ado About Karen. Karen in Translation. Weekend at Karen's. 2.5 Karens. Oh, Karen, where art thou? Oh man. So much Karen. Benito Martinez says, she said, Karen, drink everyone. Guys, this is the Karen stream. You can't just drink every time we say Karen, you're going to die.
Yeah.
We can't, in good conscience, endorse this course of action.
No, do not endorse that behavior. We do not.
We do not. We endorse responsible adulting, and not really. We don't really endorse that either. Oh no. Beth Digger says Calgary Expo was canceled, by the way. I'm not surprised. I'm saddened, but I'm not surprised. That was had been pushed back already until July from its original May time. And and we're all kind of just waiting to hear about when they finally go ahead and cancel Star Wars Celebration. So
when is that? That's in August?
Yeah, end of August. It's right towards the end of August, but I don't know. I guess obviously they're still trying to wait and see, but I'm not super enthusiastic about it.
Yeah.
So
that's a bummer. I'm bummed out because I wasn't going to go to the actual celebration, but I was going to hang out on the outskirts and hopefully meet some people. So
that's what I was going to do. I was probably not going to actually go. I didn't even have tickets for Celebration, so I was actually planning on going to the thing. Yeah. I was planning on just doing that. So yeah. So that's one of the things, the one I try to figure out around this Karen. Now Karen is offensive. Somebody even described Karen as the N-word for white women.
I think I saw someone say that. They quoted that quote. Was that on Twitter, I'm assuming?
It was the original thing was in an article actually that I think someone said it.
A blog article or
probably a blog.
Okay. I was gonna say the journals publishing those.
Yeah, even the article I read about it, that took the stance that, you know, Karen is an offensive word and whatnot. Even that article was like, it's not the word, women, just shut up. It's stupid. But they talk about how apparently it's steeped in racism, because the idea of let me speak to your manager, it's always Karen talking down to minorities, you know, to black people or whatnot, that she thinks she's better than. I'm like, that's never been part of the Karen trope,
Yeah.
from what I've understood.
No,
But everyone just yeah. As you and I just discussed, our experience of the Karen thing came from a fucking haircut. It has nothing to do with racism.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
just crazy how just small sections of the internet, I think, will devolve some of those things into a very specific usage of the term, but I've never heard it used as anything other than just kind of like an eye roll, like, okay, Karen, like, but I've never heard it addressed with anything violent or derogatory in terms of anything outside of just being kind of like the annoying soccer mom type, like the Price is Right review said.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she is. She's the entitled, demanding soccer mom type, not freaking racist, entitled. And then this is the more ridiculous part. I just realized on The Spy Who Shagged Karen. This is even more ridiculous part though, is the same article was like, well, it's classist too, because your Karen is, you know, typically a working woman, not like an super up class, like upscale class. I'm like, I know Karen is definitely the upper class, doesn't work. You know, she could be a soccer mom, but she's a stay-at-home mom if she is, you know. Karen is not, you know, blue collar working mom, you know, saying your ain't it is the whole point of the trope is that she's stuck up and proper, you know, she's not lower working class person. Like, it's just people just want to make shit up just to feel better about it. And then, like,
interpretation of it was always that she was like the upper middle class, like haircut that's like long in the front, but then like shorter in the back, like that show with they had like 8 kids, like John and Kate plus 8. I always thought of that woman when I thought of Karen.
This is what I use. I know you saw my thumbnail. It's just 8,000 Karens, but I'll share it. For those who weren't looking at it, this is I typed in Karen, and it was hilarious because this is just a woman named Karen. She's just like a lawyer named Karen. And I'm like, dude, everything from the haircut through the face, through the like expression, is just screams Karen to me.
She actually looks a little more like her face seems more pleasant and open and accepting than I would imagine a Karen to be. But yes, as far as the styling,
maybe. Yeah. The thing that did it for me was there's something about like very disingenuous in her eyes. You know?
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah,
second there. You see her closer up. There's something about her eyes that, like, her eyes are just saying, "Let me speak to your manager." To me,
and
you know,
doesn't extend to her eyes. It's just, it seems like a very forced.
Exactly. It's like, I'm smiling at the picture. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Like it's almost like an aggressive smile, and I don't know this woman, and maybe she was just having a bad day or a bad moment, but yeah.
Or maybe it could be, you know, if this was her like professional picture for her, you know, website and whatnot, and she doesn't know how to fake a smile because she's a lawyer or something like that. But so nothing against that Karen personally, but she just looks like such a Karen to me. Beth Digger says the GameStop transgender is a Karen to the extreme. It is Karen. Oh God, that's I'm gonna tweet that later. I'm just gonna get a picture of that person and make a Karen meme out of it because I'm a bad person. So this freaking art. Let me see if I can. Did I get rid of it? I probably, because it was fucking stupid. Let me see if I can find the one I read again, just so I can share the stupidity of it with y'all.
The ferret is so cute. I love the photo with its little paw.
I know, isn't it precious?
Madeline or Madison?
Matilda.
Matilda. I knew it was something.
Oh,
Matilda.
oh. So I Married a Karen. That's a horror movie, if I ever saw one. A View to a Karen. Ooh, Fat Furious Karen. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Karen. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Karen.
That's good. That's good.
Oh,
I like that one.
oh.
That's my favorite so far. Crouching Tiger, Hidden.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Karen. Ah, this might be my favorite. My favorite. Robin Hood, Hidden Karen.
That's good.
Oh, God, that's so excellent. Oh my God. Oh dear. Oh my God. All right. So let me show you this fantastic fantastic article I've read about the Karen. All right. The Karen meme is everywhere. It has become mired in sexism. And this is in The Guardian, who has their first fail by posting not a Karen. That is just not a Karen. Like,
Yeah.
I can see how she could be a wannabe Karen.
Mm-hmm.
I could, but she's not Karen. She's like whoever wannabe Karen is. Does she look like a Karen to you?
I mean, I don't think I'm as well versed in the Karen deciphering as you are, but there's something about that smug smirk that maybe she can't. Maybe she has the capacity to be a Karen, but I wouldn't look at her and say Karen either.
Right?
So I don't.
She doesn't scream Karen. The hair is not put together for me. I agree with you. The face has some definite Karen potential there. But I mean, Karen is about the look and the attitude. You have to have both. And the attitude might be there as evidenced by the expression, but the look definitely is falling far short.
I see. That does make sense.
Yeah. So R thank you for the super chat, says, does Karen include the Gaelic equivalent? I don't know how to pronounce that in Gaelic, but it reads like Caitlin, but I'm assuming the Gaelic equivalent sounds more like Karen. Sure. So all Caitlins are now Karens too. Sucks for Karens. Beth says she looks like a librarian. Oh, someone else says, Ian Slater says she's a Kim. What else? What do you guys think? Does she look like a Karen or not? What does she look like? I could see a Kim. I feel like Kims are wannabe Karens. They're like frumpier Karens. You know, they've got like that Karen bitchiness, but it's not as like ingrained in who they are. They're not really as sure of themselves as Karens are. They're just trying to be. They're like covering up for their, you know, the fact that they hate themselves. This is so mean. Oh God. Ooh.
The dissection.
Dissection of the Karen. See, Doxy Mama 82 says Kim is Karen adjacent. There you go.
Karen.
Kakoshi says, hold up, I've met someone who looks like that who was a Karen. Story time. All right, Kakoshi, tell us your Karen story.
That's intense.
Captain Robert April says, I still have very fond memories of Karen Valentine and Karen Carpenter, but I'm old as dirt. So see, once upon a time, Karen, okay. No. That, she's a UK politician, apparently.
Oh.
Okay. Yep, Jess Phillips, the Shadow Minister for Domestic Violence and Safeguarding. Oh, right, because she got a call to Karen on Twitter or something. That's why this is apparently important. Yeah, she doesn't look like a Karen to me. Apparently, she's terrible though. So, Karen has been a busy lady of late. Blah blah. Jess Phillips assigned Shadow Karen Minister, but Karen, who the frick is Karen? Blah blah blah. Okay. Karen is commonly used in the U.S. to refer to a strident middle-class white woman who talks down to people of color, usually in serving staff positions. So we already said no. That's not what it was. It's not our understanding of Karens. Serving staff? No, no. So this is basically trying to say that a Karen is someone who talks down to black waiters, which is not even what happens. Like, yes, Karens do their Karen thing at restaurants. They also do their Karen things anytime they're dealing with customer service anywhere. That's like, I mean, yes, you hear this idea of the Karen who bitches about her food and gets the free meal and whatnot, but I feel like that's not the strongest Karen trope. I feel like we're used to, I'm not going to screenshot this anymore because it's just a bunch of text that I'll read the pertinent parts. But yeah, I feel like I don't think of like the Karen trope in a restaurant. I think of her like at the bank, you know, or right, like Karen definitely at the bank, or like at a store trying to return something,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking of her trying to return like a mascara after using it 8 times.
and not even bringing the receipt with her, and it's like clearly a brand from another store.
Yeah, yes.
That's fucking Karen. It's fucking Karen. Karen, 60 seconds. Frackoff Felgercraft says Ellen is a Karen. I see we mean Ellen DeGeneres. I could see that. I've heard she's super nasty and very demanding.
How much negativity has been coming out about her lately. It's all coming to the surface. It's very interesting.
It is very interesting, especially since it isn't like "Be kind" her slogan or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Irony. Don't you love irony?
It is ironic. This goes to show you can never really, really know these celebrities that we all like to think that we know.
Nope, they're terrible. Apparently her staff is just like, so she made this whole big deal about wanting to set up to shoot from home so that she could, keep her staff working and stuff like that. She hired an outside company. Her staff isn't working. They don't have any information on whether they're getting paid or not during this time or anything like that. Yeah. Meanwhile, Jimmy Kimmel, who I find largely insufferable most of the time, even he paid his staff out of his own pocket to take care of them. Her estimated self-worth is like $320 million. She could payroll each and every one of her damn employees.
Yeah. So sad. That's rough. That's the biggest stories that I've heard have been her just kind of mistreating or poorly treating her employees and her staff on the show. So, or just in general.
Yeah, which is so shitty.
It is.
Yeah. Classy Cannabis says, who makes this shit up? I don't know, but this article, that's what I wonder about when you read an article like that. Like, did this woman, did this person write an actual article? Like, did they actually research an article, or did they just make this shit up? I'm going to say they just made this shit up.
Yeah. It seems like it, or they just saw a source and just interpreted it through their own very narrow-minded lens, or heard something from someone else and just said, I'm going to write about this without actually cross-referencing anything.
Exactly. Oh, apparently Vox wrote an extremely extensive history of the trope. Joy. Oh my god, you want to fucking find out the origin of this fucking thing? Oh, the Vox article is called Karen, the anti-vaxxer soccer mom with the speak to the manager hair explained. Since when is Karen an anti-vaxxer?
Wow, that's bold. I would think
right? That's like
first in line to, like, that's like a hippie Karen, maybe like a conspiracy theory Karen. I feel like there have to be different versions now if it's this prolific.
Right? I mean, yeah.
That's
I will say
the Kate +8 lady. That's the haircut.
Isn't it? She's definitely, that's a Karen look right there.
Mm.
Oh, yep. Kate Goslin serving up serious speak manager attitude. There you go. That's solid. That's the Karen haircut. Very well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, do I actually want to I'd like to speak to a manager haircut. That is what that haircut says.
That's the photo I remember seeing years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I remember seeing. I'm curious as to what they're. Let's see. If your name is Karen, Becky, or Chad, you may have noticed a growing trend of people using your name as an insult. Increasingly, Karen, in particular, has emerged as the frontrunner for the average basic white person name, a pejorative catch-all label for a wide range of behaviors thought to have connections to white privilege. And the recently trending Twitter hashtag, and then Karen snapped, has further shifted the Karen meme from its nebulous origins towards becoming a mainstream trope. Where a similar insult like "okay boomer" stereotypes a specific generation, calling someone a Karen draws on associations people have built around extremely common names. But the stereotype the name conjures, at least in the US, is limited mainly to white women in their mid-30s or 40s. The archetypal Karen is blonde, has multiple young kids, and is usually an anti-vaxxer. No, she is not! Karen has a "can I speak to the manager" haircut and a controlling superior attitude to go along with it. So, one in the chat, if you've ever heard that Karen's an anti-vaxxer, that's part of your trope of Karen. Ooh, this is a girl from Beth says, I've known plenty of black Karens. I'm pretty sure we just call those sassy black women. But you can definitely, you don't have to, that's things you don't have to be this trope, this ideal trope of what Karen is to act like a Karen.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got a couple people who've heard of Karen as an anti-vaxxer, but most people No.
That's a new one. That one I never knew about. Not that I'm that, I'm not that researched in the topic, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I would think a Karen would more be like the mom that's demanding like the top-notch vaccines for her children, maybe.
Right? The Karen would be the one like demanding tests for her and every single member of her family, even though none of them are sick or have any reason to believe that they're sick.
Right.
That's a Karen thing. You have Karen demanding to get the coronavirus vaccine that hasn't even been invented yet. That sounds more like a Karen thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I had to click on, but yeah. Hey, that is true. Of all things, they pick an anti-vax, you can definitely know this is part of a political agenda. No shit, Sherlock. There you go. The anti-vaxxer thing is just people attaching it to just as a way to discredit. I agree, absolutely. What I meant to click on was the person who said a black carrot's called a Shaniqua. There it is. There we go. Robert Anderson. A black carrot is called Shaniqua. Interesting way to spell Shaniqua. I don't know how to spell Shaniqua. I don't think anybody does. I think it's part of the mystery of Shaniqua. All right. Should we learn more about the history of Karen?
Yeah, kind of. I'm actually so perplexed that I need to know more at this point.
Right? Like I need to read more now. If you're just joining us, guys, we're learning about the history of Karen and press the like button.
We're the Raiders of the Lost Karen. We're trying to
We are.
Okay, what's inside? What's inside the Karen? Will all of our faces melt and explode in a fiery rush of horror when we see what's truly inside the Karen?
God, I hope not. But when I tell you to, you shut your eyes and don't look no matter what you hear.
Okay. All right, I'll try.
Oh, God. This year I went as the scariest Halloween costume of them all. A Karen. Oh, that's hysterical.
The glasses.
Oh,
glasses.
The glasses do it for me. Oh, my God. Is Jeff back?
Yep.
Oh, wow. That was fast. Jeff was quick.
Because the place is dead.
Pancake is gone forever. Lost one of our cats.
Is the bag brave? What? What?
Pancake just ran into the hallway. He does that.
Okay.
Make sure he doesn't get on the stairs.
Yeah.
There he is. Stay, Pancake. Don't run away again. Just go with that bag. Stay.
Oh.
He's so bad. He's very bad. Oh, man. There he goes again. Because he's bad. Here, hand him to me. If you can get him to me, I'll just hold on to him. He'll claw the crap out of me, maybe.
Oh, look, Jane.
Jane,
my spot.
You don't need to be warm for you. Let's see if your spot warm for you. All right, I got shit Pancake. This is Jane's brother.
Hi.
Aw.
So this was former Malcolm.
Yes, the cat formerly known as Malcolm Little Reynolds. Now, shit Pancake.
He's so cute.
Papa came back. What's happening? Papa came back with lots of snacks. Lots of snacks, but nothing for you. Nothing for you. Papa doesn't even like you. We're just reading about the history of Karen.
What?
Oh, we were reading about the history of Karen.
Oh, okay.
Do you the Karen Jedi Bunny, have you watched Tiger King yet?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Dude, I think that bitch Carol Baskin is officially the scariest Halloween costume now.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh my gosh.
So I gotta ask, do you think she killed her husband?
I mean, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for her. There's definitely. I mean, it's just all circumstantial, but it does look very suspicious. And there's just something I don't know. I don't trust about her. But I'm not a professional. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not an interrogator, and I'm not. I don't know that much about criminal psychology or the field of criminology, but something's off. Something's definitely going on. Just little weird stuff.
The thing I can never shake about it is just the way that like she never seems sad that he's dead or gone or concerned or upset at any point. There's no remorse, no regret, no like I wish, or no even talking. Even if she didn't even like him and was happy that he was gone, you would think that years and years and years of being accused of something you didn't do. I mean, and you'd have a different reaction to it. You'd be tired of it. You'd be over it. You'd be wounded by it. The way it's hurt your reputation, the way it's hurt the way people look at you. And yet she laughs it off like it's a joke.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I don't even think I noticed that part so much, but that's such a good point. It's almost like this just very shallow affect that she has when talking about it. And that was your partner. That was your life partner, and
Yeah.
regardless of whether you had problems or not, the fact that he's been missing for this long.
Shouldn't you? Exactly.
Yeah.
Shared a lot with that person. I know, my first serious boyfriend, I don't have any feelings for him anymore. I don't, it's been years since we've spoken to each other. Even at the end of our relationship, when I knew, and even like now, a few years after the relationship is when I got really mad about a lot of the stuff that happened in it. And even then, if I found out that he died, I'd still be, upset. I'd still have like a negative reaction to that, even though he was somebody that, largely our interactions were like, there were, problems, and a lot of it was unhealthy. I still would like be upset that he was gone,
Yes. Yeah. I feel like regardless of the nature of the relationship, most, normal people would be saddened to hear of the passing of someone that they once had that type of a bond with. So
Right?
Very alarming. Doesn't have that element or persona. Yeah, very shady. Very shady
indeed. Oh, we have the super chat from Just Nova, who says, when I was active duty, Karen was the civilian wife of an officer, expecting everyone to salute her.
Really?
Classic fucking Karen, apparently. Someone sent us a super chat.
By the way, they were out of mochi.
Oh, that's okay. We'll live. The 12 Angry Karens might be my favorite. Oh, there was also Robin Hood Men and Karens. I enjoyed that one a lot. So, all right. So, history of the Karen, according to Vox, which is always a super reputable source, right?
Yeah. So objective. Yeah.
Totally honest all of the time. All right. Let's see. Damn, people really be judging you for spending money on things you like. Calm down, Karen. This ain't your money. Wow. I hate coming from a small town. Small towns equal small minds. It's 2020, Karen. Fuck. This is, I guess, memes of Karen. When there's no Uber Black / premium available and she has to get in a Hyundai driven by an immigrant. And then Karen snapped. See, this one I feel like is weird, though, because I feel like Karen doesn't... Okay. This is adding all of that stuff into it. How exactly did Karen become the manager summoning meme of choice? And is any of this justified? To find out, we talked to a lot of interested parties, including some Karens, the creator of a Karen meme forum, and some naming experts. Here's everything we learned about what's in a name. Oh, look, you can watch an ASMR video of Karen wanting to speak to your manager. What? That exists?
I feel like I would never speak with hushed tones. It would always be like very stern. And, and like, I need to speak with your man. It would never be like, I need to speak with your manager.
Maybe some people, because not every ASMR video is really quiet. So maybe we'll get off on just like a certain tone, Maybe maybe it is like a really stern, like, I need to speak to your manager right now. And like there's something about the sharpness of that voice that gets people off to calls them or
I just thought all ASMR was like the different mics and the like.
That's what I thought too. So I don't know what could be ASMR about. Oh my God.
That's funny.
Heathen. A wonderful man.
There you go.
Jeff got us snacks.
Oh,
he brought me. He did. Ooh, Fun Dip Sour. I think this is what I had the last time. You can have the
Fun Dip. Oh my God. Love Fun Dip.
Yeah.
That was my favorite pool snack when I was a kid.
Dude, right? I love this shit so much.
Oh
my God. I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited to eat Fun Dip later. My night is going to be interesting later. There's a lot of bad decisions right here. Very bad decisions brought forth by my wonderful, wonderful human. Oh, so many.
I went to go get the bag, and he was in the bag. Yeah, I'm gonna let him stand it. So if you walk by, watch out.
Watch out for the bag full of pancake. Understood, Papa. Understood. All right, there we go. Are you joining us again?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay. You need to change. Okay. All right. So, what else? All right. The Karen meme has multiple origins, each one using the idea in slightly different ways, but one of the most prominent uses developed on Reddit, thanks to a Redditor known for posting amusingly bitter invectives about his ex-wife. Post so amusing they inspired a high school student to make an entire subreddit, our fuck you Karen, devoted to turning his saga into a meme. Okay.
Can I just say I love that? That's like an inspirational thing to create a subreddit.
Yeah, right. It inspired him to create a subreddit. Hey, good for you. Karen framed Roger Rabbit. I really did like Robin Hood Men in Tacos.
Men in Tacos?
Men in Tacos. Robin Hood Men and Karen.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if I was talking.
And then there was also Crouching Tiger, Hidden Karen.
That's my favorite.
That was other Karen's favorite too.
Oh.
James Bond, Karen Never Dies.
Karen never dies.
James Bond, Karen Royale.
There you go.
Quantum of Karen.
Quantum of Karen.
Quantum of Karen, yes.
Is this the? No, it's mixed berry.
This is all I have.
That's fine.
So I should let you guys know I can't see the chat, and every time I tried opening it on my phone, my internet slowed down because I guess I don't have bandwidth. So I don't want the people in the chat to think that I'm completely ignoring them.
Oh,
But
well, that's good to know.
And I can't see it on the screen for some reason. I don't know if there's a way. Oh my God, there's a chat button. Hang on.
There you go. Oh yeah, can you pull it up?
Where did it go?
I don't know.
Karen,
You guys. And then I
So you
can't.
want to get us or the chat? Is that the deal?
It's either you guys or the chat. Yeah, I'll pick you guys. I haven't seen other humans in a while.
We're pretty. We are.
You're
We're
so
delightful.
beautiful. You guys really are.
Thank you.
And the kitties.
We do love our kitties.
Even though he's a shit pancake, he's adorable.
Yes.
Huh.
50 complaints of Karen. 50 first Karens.
Oh.
It's too many Karens.
Oh my God, too many cooks. Too many Karens.
Too many Karens. Oh God, I would die. All right. Did you know Karen's an anti-vaxxer?
Mm-hmm.
This is new. This was never part of the Karen meme. Have a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Have a cookie.
I just bought these. They're delicious. I couldn't wait.
Can I have
I'm going to give you a cookie. Yeah.
Can I have 2 cookies?
Yeah, I'll have 2 cookies.
Can't just have just 1 cookie.
Can I have one? I miss cookies.
If we could give you a cookie, we would give you a cookie. But we cannot.
They're snickerdoodles.
I can pretend like Hook at the food fight scene.
Hello, Zach Blackfire. Thank you, and hail to you too, my friend.
Cookies for me? I thought Karen was covered in Jesus' blood. What?
Oh, Lord.
50 ways to leave your Karen. How to lose a Karen in 10 days.
Thank God. That'll be 10 minutes is more like it. Shit pancake, go away.
Let's see. Blah, blah, blah.
Wait, are they from Irvine, California, it said?
Maybe. Yep. Made the subreddit 2 years ago as a joke and named it after the now deleted user account. Fuck you, Karen. All right. The villainous Karen had taken the kids and then the house. Both typical parts of the Karen meme. Soon a few thousand Redditors had subscribed to make memes based on the Redditors' enraged posts. When the aggrieved user eventually deleted his account and vanished shortly after the subreddit's creation, the forum kept growing. This is not the beginning of the Karen. Like, Karen has been around for more than 2 years. Karen has been a part of our popular culture for more than 2 years. I'm calling someone a Karen. Oh my God. Ah! This is actually kind of hilarious.
Oh my God.
That's not sad at all.
Well, it is accurate.
It is so accurate.
Oh.
That's, we talk about like subcultures with their opinions and shit, and like which ones we can't tolerate, and you really hate the flat earthers. It's the anti-vaxxers for me. It's got to be the anti-vaxxers take the cake. They kill children. They literally kill children.
Well, I dislike them both equally. I think the reason the flat earthers get all my ire is because it's so stupid. We have pictures of Earth. Look, I get the whole vaccine and science and stuff, but you could at least you could pass off the ignorance like, oh, I didn't read that study or I haven't heard. Everybody grew up going to school, looking at a globe, knowing the Earth is a sphere. We never have once in our lifetimes been educated that the Earth is flat.
No actual scientific reason to doubt the roundness of the Earth.
Yeah.
There's no scientific reason. Well, I mean, there's some people with science and vaccines and all this. The whole anti-vax movement centered around a completely made-up study that suggested that getting vaccines created autism.
I'm not even arguing you on the dangerous levels of danger. I'm just giving you my stance on why, like, if you said you're a flat earther, like that podcast I was listening to, I turn it off because there's no reason.
For me, you lose me an anti-vax. Flat earthers, it might be stupid as shit. It might be hurting us with their stupidity, but they're not actively causing children to die.
Yeah.
What do you think? Jedi Bunny, do you have a particular, like, niche extremist group or conspiracy theory group or whatever that pisses you off the most?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many. Anything that's single-minded, closed-minded, doesn't take into account like other people's lives or other people's experiences is going to be frustrating, like regardless of what the topic is. But yeah, I would have to say the anti-vaxxer stuff, anything involving like the denial of medical science, or any type of science or technology that might be able to improve our lives. But although I, at the same time, do understand where conspiracy theories come from. And I can understand why with so many different, like there's been such a quick evolution of science and technology over the years that I think it's going to, for some people, going to be disturbing to think of what those inventions or new ways of life could implicate as far as like nefarious the government and stuff. So I understand why people might develop conspiracy thinking, but at the same time, if it's hurting people, like you said, with children and anti-vaxxers, and we're getting like incidences of measles or polio again, that's very alarming and very
absolutely. Exactly. Blah blah blah. Poseidon MGTOW, why take care of them? Because they are not letting their children get vaccinations. In fact, a lot of anti-vaxxers themselves were vaccinated as children. They become anti-vaxxers, they don't die, they don't vaccinate their children. So it's not them who are dying of the diseases, their children who are most at risk. What wasn't it? There was like polio was coming back or some dumb shit like that, or they think that could happen because of anti-vaxxers. It's just like, because that's the problem. It's not the anti-vaxxers themselves that suffer. It's the children.
Well, we're all nostalgic for the past, so.
Bring back the Black Plague.
Yes. Boobos. Everyone would look better with boobos growing into their armpits.
Yeah. So excited. Hashtag Black Plague.
Yay, Black Plague.
Black Plague matters.
But yeah, and that's the thing is they're measles are coming back like crazy due to them. It was almost gone, but it's the children who end up suffering, and these are children who, given the right opportunities, could end up perfectly fine and normal and smart and healthy. It's and then one of the other things that happens is there are certain children who can't get vaccines for certain reasons. I think like if you're born with AIDS, which obviously can happen. Okay, well, I figured you were a Poseidon MGTOW, but realistically, I would love to just let them die, but it just sucks because it's things like there are certain children, like if you're born with AIDS, I don't think you can get vaccines because you're injecting in some cases, or certain types of vaccines where they use live virus. You can't, get vaccinated and whatnot. And so one of the additional issues with anti-vaxxers, even if you're of the mind, they're like, their kids can die too, who cares, is that there are other children, there are other people who are become at risk because.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Yes, indeed.
One of the scary parts.
But this meme is fucking hilarious. I don't know how I'm generally a big proponent, though, of with these kinds of the extremist conspiracy theorists is like, you debunk them just as long as they're not being able to spread their doctrine too much, let them kill themselves. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's the weird thing that I've noticed with YouTube is the like really cracking down on conspiracy theories and stuff, and it's just like where does the line end? Because once you start implementing rules and silencing one faction, then it's going to very quickly leak into others, and it's a slippery slope with any kind of censorship at all. So.
Exactly. Just the fact that this is called the Karen stream, maybe in a year or two might deem us too fringe and offensive for regular, mainstream media.
My Karen stream got demonetized instantly yesterday, remember? I
Yeah.
had to fight it. It did get approved, but I mean, the word Karen is a name.
I wonder if mine is demonetized. My stream's just called Let's Be Karen.
Every stream I've done for the last, every stream I've done, I want to say for the last 2 months has gotten demonetized immediately.
Yeah.
And it's just, but when I submit it for review, it's fine. I don't know. It's weird.
I think it's YouTube's whole. I think they're trying to just pull it over on people, where they don't have to. I just had to request a review on this stream right here. But I think that weird.
I love your title card so much.
I love my title card too. Thank you. I think some of it too is they're just using this excuse of we're understaffed to just blanket demonetize a bunch of live streams and force you to get them approved yourself, which is really obnoxious and it affects our revenue stream. Thanks, YouTube. You suck. One of the few businesses not hurting at all, 0% hurting from coronavirus. In fact, is booming due to coronavirus, and you're being stingy with your creators, you assholes. Oh, goodness. All right. More about the beginning of... Especially trenchant is the idea, as you can get from the Instagram bio of a spiritual Karen, that a stereotypical Karen plays fast and loose with pseudoscience, appropriates identities, may be conservative, and is extremely picky.
What?
What?
Okay. Mother of 6, virgin.
First of all...
Yeah, I read African Methodist Episcopal Church.
Her name isn't even Karen, it's Carol. So,
R.I.P. Look at the one under the anti-vax. It says R.I.P. something, like her kids because she didn't get them vaccinated.
Oh my God. Mother of 6, 2 of them dead because she didn't get them vaccinated. Proud virgin, love Jesus Christ, anti-vax, R.I.P. Angela Dennis, screw polio. Vegan, non-GMO, gluten-free, hashtag MAGA.
This has to be fake.
It is. It's a satirical.
Wait, what the fuck?
Satirical Instagram bio of a spiritual Karen, but it's not a Karen, it's a Carol.
What was it? You kind of mumbled through that part, so I didn't hear you say satirical.
Sorry. So the whole point of this is that they're using this like, see, it's a stereotypical Karen. Then why isn't she named Karen?
See, when I think of Karen, I think of the lady at Outback that bitches until she gets a free steak.
So we were saying we think of the woman who's trying to return things to the store after she's already used them and totally doesn't even have the receipt.
We have another term for this. She's called a Beverly Goldberg.
Okay.
That show I watched, that lady is just like that, but she's based on a real person. So
she's a Karen. But this is this whole bullshit narrative. It's right here. That's the whole thing that people why it just blows my mind that people are so willing to buy these things that are just spewed out to them. And it's the clearest, obviously, in our political spectrum. You have people fighting over things that are easily debunked facts or falsehoods. Shit like, I mean, just to use our fine president as an example because he lies a lot. Earlier today, he talked about how he didn't travel at all in February, March, or yesterday, whatever it was. He talked about didn't travel at all in February, March. It's like, bro, there is a clear public record of you holding campaign rallies during these months. Like, you can clearly go see that. But I guarantee you, there are a number of people who are just going to see that headline or see the facts, see that the statement that Trump said he didn't travel a lot, and they're going to run around going, Trump didn't travel. He didn't travel. He said he didn't, therefore he didn't.
Did he mean international travel?
No, he just meant travel. He literally, someone was like, but you had a campaign rally, and he was like, I don't remember having a campaign. He straight up just said, I don't remember having a campaign rally.
So, I mean, if you don't, domestic travel, I could see somebody considering different.
No, they were talking specifically about, he talked about how he hasn't left the White House. He's like, I just haven't left the White House in months and months and months. It's like, that's very clearly false. Yeah, I have not left the White House in months, is what he said, which is very clearly and easy to see a falsehood. And yet people run around being like, well, he said this, so it must be true. And it's the same thing, I'm not saying the liberal news media is any better. It's the exact same thing. It's the 100% exact same thing on that side of it too. If someone writes an article that said, Trump stabbed a baby yesterday, you'll have 1,000 liberals running around insisting Trump stabbed a baby,
And they'll never let it go on Twitter.
Exactly. Because, NBC said so.
So true. It's so ironic that we're living in the age of information where we could so easily vet these sources, and you would think it would be easier than ever to get to the real crux of the issue, but it's like information overload. It's just overly saturated with so many different voices. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody's a journalist. Blogs are journalism now somehow, and it's just there's no way to escape the absurdity of it all, and just to like actually have an objective outlook on anything, because it's just, I don't know, it's all over the place. It's amazing.
Yeah. Oh no, it is ridiculous. I'm with you. Age of information, my asshole. Age of alternative facts. Age of who gives a fuck.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's just right here, right in front of you, right here. Here is an example of a Karen, of a satirical account showing what a Karen looks like. It's like, it's not even using a Karen. Like, fuck you. Anyway.
Kate Goslin. That's proto Karen.
Proto Karen, there you go. Karen divorces her husband and takes the kids as a pseudoscientist, anti-vaxxer, flat earther, and MLM bird husband, avid user of Facebook. This is just like, this is not at all what a Karen is.
So if a Karen falls in the woods and there's no one around her, does she still complain to the manager?
Yes. She's the mom in Kroger with her kids asking to speak to the manager. One Karen, a 29-year-old law student from Oxford, Mississippi, told me in a phone interview. You do see the basic stereotype sometimes, so it's kind of funny. It's a little bit of commentary on white privilege, perhaps. Okay, that's a very reasonable take on.
Might be the best one.
I think it's a very reasonable take on Karen right here. She's the mom in Kroger with her kids asking to speak to the manager, and I can agree with that. That it definitely, like, I don't like terms like white privilege.
I feel like Karen is a little too uppity to shop at Kroger. I feel like she goes to Costco.
What is Costco uppity?
It's not that it's uppity, but it's an exclusive.
No, she's at like Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's at Trader Joe's. She's at Whole Foods. Karen shops at Whole Foods, guys.
Yeah, that shit's off my radar. Ridiculously overpriced.
Karen definitely shops at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Go Big Boar Go Home says, do you know how many anti-gunners lie through their teeth? I swear they make up half of the information they spew. Yeah. We know this from
people lie to get their point across.
It's true. Thank you for the super chat. Go Big Boar Go Home. We've had Sean from this channel on a couple times now too, and he's mentioned that about like how people will like start a conversation with him who are anti-gun, and they're just starting the conversation to make their point about why guns are bad, and they say they're just not even anywhere on the reservation of truth.
He appears in my next video, by the way.
Sean does?
Yeah.
Oh, his voice?
I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not telling you or him. I just have to watch it when it comes out.
Okay.
I'll tell you off air.
Okay, I'm excited. And I could agree though that the whole idea of white privilege, even though I hate that term in general, but the whole idea, like, yes, Karen is white. We discussed that black women are Shaniquas. Someone already made that point.
Oh. I was like, Karen can be. It's like
Karen can definitely be Latina.
Karen can be a lot of different things.
I feel like
remember Becky though? That was a phrase for a minute. She called all white women Becky. I feel like
who was Becky? I think I missed that one. I knew Chad. They talked about Chad as well as like the common names, but I never heard Becky. Who was Becky?
Becky's evolved into Karens. Like Karens are like 35 and up.
I feel like Becky's grow up and become Karens. Becky's are like your basic bitch white chick.
So
she drinks
Starbucks.
She drinks
leggings,
Starbucks during the day and Smirnoff at night. She wears leggings. Smirnoff Ice at night. She makes hard lemonade.
And she does shots on the weekend.
She does Jello shots and she has sex with all of the boys. So Becky's a slut. There you go. And Brad's and Chad is every dude. Yep. Oh no. We have Becky Everett. She says, I am Becky. Go easy. Like, you're going to get upset if anyone calls you a slut. Sure. Becky.
They talk about Becky in America Chavez comics.
Becky writes, whatchamacallit?
Fan fiction. Erotic
yes,
fan fiction.
Becky writes erotic fan fiction.
Karen is Becky's final form.
Karen is Becky's final form. Becky is baby Karen or Karen with no kids. There you go. Wojciech says, "Oh, I've seen plenty of black Karens." Yeah, That's more. I mean, yeah. I guess. I mean, there's a definitely like Asian woman could totally be a Karen.
I
You
feel
know,
like I've
Fine,
met
it's
a lot of Karens
the
at fencing.
attitude.
and it's the attitude. And the thing is like the Karen. And I feel like this goes back to when people talk about white privilege. What they always mean when they say white privilege is actually class privilege.
Class, yeah.
Wealthy privilege. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are, which is always so stupid that happens, because it's, again, it becomes this weird veiled form of racism. It's like you're insinuating that these attitudes that don't come from being white, they come from being wealthy and entitled, are inherent in white people. Therefore, you're insinuating that the minority population is inherently poor, which just detracts from what minority populations, what individuals of minority groups have been able to do and accomplish for themselves in spite of your retarded stereotyping. You know, I'll bet Michelle Obama can be a fucking Karen sometimes.
Especially what she did with those kids and those meals they had to eat. Poor kids. Just give them their goddamn pizza slice.
I'm just saying. I'll bet you every now and then Michelle Obama can be a Karen.
I bet you most famous women can be a Karen.
Yeah.
Beyonce is a Karen 24/7.
Oh, Beyonce is absolutely a Karen.
And I feel like we should call these people Karen to bring them down. She's like, I'm Beyonce. No, you're a Karen right
You're
now.
Karen. You're being Karen. Like, you might be called Beyonce, but you're acting a whole lot like a Karen right about now.
Brie Larson.
Oh, God. Brie Larson. Brie Larson is such a... She's not even... I feel like Becky's are nicer.
I feel like usually, yeah, but she's too young to be a
She's
Karen.
still a Karen.
She's born
a Karen.
She's going to die a Karen.
She's in a cocoon between Becky and Karen. She hasn't quite metamorphosized fully yet.
That's true. She shed her inner Becky ages ago, but she hasn't come into her full Karen form.
You know, this is a really cool fact. I know you'll appreciate this, Jesse, because you love nature. There is a point in a caterpillar's like in the metamorphosis stage when they're inside their chrysalis, and they become fully liquid, and they have to actually, they totally liquefy, but then somehow through the process of nature, everything reconstitutes and reforms. And I find that so fascinating, because I'm like, where does but they have their memories. They've done tests. They used, I think, scents to instill memory, like association in the when it was in its young caterpillar or pupae stage. And then when it came out as a butterfly, they tested the same scents, and it had the same associative memory with it. So somehow, even though even their brain liquefies at one point, everything liquefies, it then reconstitutes, and they have the same fully formed associative memory that they did before they liquefied. Is that crazy? I love that.
Fascinating.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I didn't know. Did you know that?
No.
I love this show. My live streams is like have become all about just like, hey, did you know this crazy cool thing? And no, wow.
It's like one of my favorite things to look into, because it's just perplexing. It's really interesting to think about and ponder, like, what happens in that liquefied stage.
Yeah.
How does it reconstitute and maintain the same associative memory and like consciousness after liquefying?
Holocron Library Foxes. It's called consciousness, Kelly. Yes, we know, but the point is how. The point is how. How does it?
Which would mean that consciousness is immaterial. It would mean that it's
not tied to the physical brain. Yeah,
right?
which is fascinating. Caterpillars are T1000s confirmed.
Yes.
Oh,
he's Hakeem.
They can run really fast.
You know what his icon was?
It was yeah, they have it on whatchamacallit uses it too. It's what's his face? The saucers truck has a picture of him on it too.
Yes, it does.
I'm forgetting who he is.
You really don't know?
Robert Patrick, is his name Robert Patrick? Are you talking about the
Mike Tyson?
Oh, wait.
Well, no, you're correct. The T1000 is Robert Patrick, but that little
the icon, it's Mike Tyson.
Okay,
where he gets the tooth. Okay, I know things. Anyway, Kakoshi says, I'm also drunk, so I'm amazed by transferred consciousness via liquefaction. Makes it more amazing. You definitely are drunk. 10 things I hate about Karen. That might be my new favorite movie.
That's a good one.
Do you think Heath Ledger will come back from the grave to
yes.
star in it?
Oh my God, Julia Stiles would be a perfect Karen. She's such a Karen. She is such a Karen.
She's definitely a Karen on
right.
She's a Karen in that show too. I feel like Becky's all have really long hair. It's when they cut their hair that they transform into Karens.
Oh yeah, That's the moment. That's their liquefaction moment.
That's a liquefaction moment. Just at the barbershop, getting it all up.
Bourgeois phobia.
Oh god, on one level we've seen this before. After all, resentment towards the upper middle class, what we call bourgeois phobia, has been around since the middle class itself, often coming most strongly from members of that very middle class. What has changed are Karen's specific offensive traits. Like all bourgeois stereotypes before her, she's snobbish, prudish, and hypocritical. But now she's against science on principle, which is definitely a new twist in the traditional bourgeois model. And the chief way first of all, God, is she middle class or is she bourgeois? Because this article in The Guardian that claims to have done its research via this Vox article says that she is a strident middle class white woman, right? But Vox very clearly tells us, and then immediately goes to cite Vox, very clearly tells us that Karen is not middle class; she is bourgeois.
Well, look, poor journalism aside, I think Karen firmly is middle class. She's the hyacinth bucket of the world. Well, you don't know what that reference means. She's
what region you're in. Upper middle class and middle class can be very different depending on the, especially if it's a higher like socioeconomic status. I think upper middle class and middle class probably have a larger divide between how you would qualify that. So in a more wealthy area, she might be middle class, but in a less wealthy area, she might be upper middle class, or vice versa.
So what we're saying is that what you're saying basically is that
that lady is a Karen.
Hadley Freeman, is that who wrote this article, I assume? Who wrote the Guardian email. What you're saying is that she is a supremely rich, spoiled bitch, so that anybody who has to do things like shop for her own groceries and drive her own children in a soccer mom van is by default middle class because they, have to do these things for themselves instead of being absurdly privileged the way that this writer is.
Maybe.
That's my takeaway. Is that through the lens of her eyes, Karen has to be middle class because nobody of her stature would die.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Is that perspective? Oh, Karen's only middle class if you're that bougie, and if you're the kind of person who sits around writing articles for The Guardian about Karen, you're probably that bougie. You probably come from mommy and daddy's money and aren't expected to have a real goddamn job. So,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Guys, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you press the like button. May I have a bubble water, please? And we're going to learn more about the history of Karen. Blah, blah, blah. This trend might have also gotten a boost from social media. Everything's gotten a fucking boost from social media. Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. Oxford Karen told me that she'd seen the meme applied to other names like Susan and Zach, which she describes as basic white people names. Oh my God. She compared the meme to the famous Key and Peele substitute teacher sketch, which inverts / calls out the tendency white people have to stigmatize and mock ethnic names by applying that mentality to white names. Oh my God.
I always took it as he was just stupid.
I actually got that level of critique from the substitute teacher sketch. And that to me is interesting. That's why it's such a good sketch, though. It's because that's exactly what you've seen this one, right? Jedi Bunny.
I have. Just think of the High on Potamoose one when I see a classroom. That was one of my favorites. I wish I was on Potamoose. Then Obama came in and congratulated the wrong one.
Oh, God. Let me see. I just want to. I hope we haven't offended Becky too much with our Becky talk. We got Arfar. We did read the super chat earlier, but he sent it again, so we'll read it again. Arfar says, "Does Karen include the Gaelic equivalent Caitlin, or probably pronounced in Gaelic something more like Karen?" And yes, we decided yes. Now officially, all Caitlins with their names spelled that way are also Karens. Mm-hmm. And yes, if you know anybody whose name is spelled that way and pronounced more like Karen, let us know if they are in fact a Karen. And then we also have this from Arfar. He says, "Is Michael Burnham a Karen? I feel like she is."
She's a Mary Sue Karen. She's a deadly duo. Chick from Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, okay. She's probably a Mary Sue Karen. Mm-hmm. What a terror. Oh, God. Imagine if you were Mary Sue Karen.
No, it's not. I feel like the characters I create have more depth.
We're all just regular Karen. Actually, okay. If you guys were going to, since we're all Karens here, if you were going to have an additional horrifying adjective to go with your Karenism, like maybe you're an anti-vax Karen or a Mary Sue Karen or a overpowered Karen or a I don't know, something else terrible,
Final boss Karen.
Final boss Karen, fully evolved Karen.
Yeah.
Like final form Karen.
Final form Karen.
Final form Karen. There you go. What would you?
I'm asshole Karen.
Asshole Karen.
Yeah.
All right. What Karen would you be, Jedi Bunny?
Stoner Karen. So at least I could, not totally have to feel the wrath of my own perplexing haughtiness all day.
Oh my god! So you just go around being a bitch, and then you just come home and blaze and be like, "Whoa! I yelled at so many people today."
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be Cuntosaurus Karen.
That's
Usually I go with Raging Cuntosaurus Rex, but I'm a Raging Cuntosaurus Karen.
That works.
Rawr,
the only thing I get from you like that is the tiny little arm.
rawr,
You're nice to me.
Rawr, I'm nice to Kelly too.
Of course, she's nice to everybody.
She is nice to everybody. Or do you mean I was nice to everybody? Because I'm not.
She is.
I know she
not
is.
You. I live with you. I know.
You heard Kitty Nova in the background. I don't know if you saw.
Oh,
That's a kid.
because there's something. Wait, the planet kind of blends in together. I'm like, what? Oh, okay, now I see it. But...
Kitty.
She's sleepy.
Your pancake, wake up.
She pancake is sleeping, kind of.
No, he's just looking at
He's just looking at, yes, he's just grooming. He is just grooming. All right.
Your pancake doesn't get to go to bed this
Let
early.
me get more mad by this. Oh wait, no, I was gonna share though how words how I can English, I can sentence properly. Oh yeah, no, with the Key and Peele thing, that was an interesting thing. I think I've told you this story before, but I worked once at a camp for at-risk youth. It was one of these, it was run out of their public school in North Philly. And it was like, these kids don't, it was just like it was run like a camp, but it was just the teachers from the school and the staff from the school and whatnot. It was just like run through the public school because it was basically like, these kids all have parents who are working multiple jobs and or are crack addicts or criminals. And they literally don't have anywhere to be during the day. And their parents can't afford babysitters. So to keep them off the street, we're going to send them to this camp. They're going to learn stuff. And so they brought people in, and people who are willing to work for smaller amounts or for free, to teach stuff. So I taught a fencing class there for a week. And it was a really eye-opening experience. I was the only white person on the premise. There's just a lot of differences, just even like the amount that and the way that the counselor would yell at the kids. It was just like, we're just going to scream at them because it's probably what they're used to. Ooh, hold on. This is interesting. Becky Amber, I'll finish the story in a second. Becky Amber says, seriously, in incel language, a Becky is unfuckable because she's not a Stacy, because she's only normal looking and not skinny supermodels. Okay. So Becky's are regular slut chicks, but Stacy's are like super slut chicks, supermodel-y, dicks like lips and then all 9 yards. So like Scarlett Johansson is a Stacy.
And the Stacys get the Chads.
The Stacy. Oh yeah.
Incels can't get the Stacys.
The incels can't get anybody.
They can't even get a Becky if they wanted.
No, that's why they're celibate, because no one will fuck them.
Oh right.
We're involuntarily celibate.
That's what makes them involuntarily. Nobody will fuck them. If they were voluntarily celibate, they just wouldn't fuck anybody. No one would be good enough for them. But the reality is they're not good enough for anybody because they're scary.
The reason I brought that up is because even the voluntary ones get called incels too.
That's
so
true.
The phrase really has lost a lot of meaning.
It's very true.
Because like that stupid subreddit I'm addicted to, just some neckbeard things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm waiting for if I read you half the shit that was on that, you would just cringe. Maybe I'll read to you later. It's so
when they say things like "I'm waiting for the perfect whatever," that's code for I can't get laid even if I
they're
try.
like I want to. They're like I want a 90-pound Japanese girlfriend. I'm like, go to Japan. There's tons of women that weigh 90 pounds.
It's very true.
You're not gonna find it in fucking Royal Oaks, Michigan.
But the cool thing. Now, to go back to my story that I interrupted myself telling, because that's me. Classy Cannabis likes your name, Kelly.
Yeah, thank you, Classy Cannabis. That's perfect.
it is very perfect. But whatchamacallit? Why can't I keep a train of thought? Yeah, no. So this camp was really cool though, and one of the weird things about it was it took me so much longer to learn all my students' names because I didn't have a frame of reference for any of them. And that included like learning how to pronounce some of them and stuff like that. Because it's like, you just don't know.
Some of those names, though.
Dungeonique and Dungeonea.
Some of that's just made up and there's no frame of reference.
What's the thing is there isn't, but.
So I don't know how people can get mad when you see it. Like, what?
Oh, no one got mad at me or anything
No,
like
but
that.
I'm just saying in general, somebody would be like, well, it's so offensive you didn't get my name right. I'm like, but I've never heard of somebody named Chris Sampley. Like, what is that? Like, half these football players, like, that's another good Key and Peele skit.
Yes, the football name.
Yeah. East versus West Conference.
Oh, dude. But that's like
Haha, Clinton Dix. That's a real guy.
That's a real person. Clinton Dix. I love him. Becky says all names are made up.
Yeah, but they also
true.
have was it etymology, right? Or is it entomology's bugs, right?
Entomology is bugs.
So etymology, they all have like my name means God's peace. So it has like precedence. Eventually,
sure.
every title is a made up thing.
That said,
eventually it becomes
if you give it enough time, certain names that are, prevalent, that have become prevalent, even if they were made up, some of those names will eventually eventually get some of those. I mean, think about the ones that exist in our pop culture, in our understanding, names that have no
like Beyonce.
Sure.
That's just some made up shit.
Some made up word. But I mean, I don't know if anybody would intuitively figure this one the fuck out. I do legitimately know somebody, this is his name.
Gnolfin?
Yeah, right? You take a crack at it.
Jonathan?
Jonathan.
How? It doesn't even make a jaw sound.
Nope, it doesn't. But that said, there are some names like that like I would look at and like not know how to pronounce it, not have like an intuitive way. I think that one's just ridiculous. But he's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. His name just doesn't make any sense. But I think there are some like where if you know it, I mean, just like even like English to Spanish pronunciation or something like that. Like you come to SoCal and you see Jorge. If you're from the Midwest, you're like George.
I always say,
but if you come down here, it's Jorge. And there is like a precedence or experience for how to get there and how to pronounce those things. So
yeah, but that's still different than like a lot of made up names that you'll encounter.
Sure. But I'm just saying, I feel like the way you would like approach a name with an apostrophe and whatnot, there is a cultural basis for like how to navigate one of those names that exists more in that culture than it does for like me.
Well, the nice part is most people with those weird first names have like normal last names like Miller or something. Sure. So be like, Jay Miller. Where are you at?
I'm just saying, like if you were just reading off a page or something.
I live by the rules of if you can't find your name on a keychain, I'm not giving it to my kid.
I don't like those rules though. I like weird names.
My friend named his kid Praxis. I'm never doing
something
That's
retarded. That's retarded.
Praxis.
No.
He also named his other kid Ray after the Force fucking awakens.
Oh.
We're no longer friends.
Good.
Ask Dion about him.
No.
Dion hates him now.
I hate him. Yeah. Kelly, have you ever thought of any weird names for your children?
Well, Nova, but I ended up naming my cat that. So actually, I fell in love with her so much that I was like, maybe if I have a daughter, I'll name her Nova too. But that would be unfair. I'm not sure to whom it would be unfair, whether it would be more unfair to the cat or to the child. But yeah, I have to think of something new. I thought of like Star Wars names, obviously, Leia, Luke, but
Luke's a normal name.
Yeah, I love the name Luke.
That's the best part though about the original trilogy. There's like a nice blend of normal names with like weird last names.
Yeah.
Han, a German name, but you take off the rest, it's still not that.
Yeah, Han would be a bit of a stretch for me.
Ben.
But
I could do Han. Though the one reason I wouldn't is everyone says Hans.
Right, exactly. Lando is one of my favorite characters, but I do feel like that wouldn't really fit in with society today. Lando just doesn't really have a place anymore.
Didn't you know somebody named Lando in Lando, like father, son or something?
I did.
Somebody that I know.
Not me.
Okay.
And I'd be worried that everyone would think it would just be short for Orlando instead of Lando Calrissian.
Yeah, I mean, my cat's name is Lando, and people really definitely people who don't even know the name like the name though. I think that's a solid. I could name a kid Lando. Obviously, I can't because I have a cat that will theoretically be alive, in the same.
And Donald Glover ruined it.
Yeah, that's a little true.
Yeah, different for pets though too, because I feel like we can get away with calling them things than
We call our cat Shit Pancake.
yeah.
You call him
And he
shit.
answers to it.
Shit pancake!
He doesn't just like ignore it. He has now accepted Shit Pancake as his name.
What? Where? Hi.
That's him. He's like, "Hey, I'm shit pancake. Hello, I'm shit pancake. What do you want?"
Oh, I love
Cutie.
You're in a good guarantee you won't this evening.
All right, let's see. Not everyone agrees with this reclamation assessment. From a scientific point of view, there's nothing intrinsic about a personal name that makes it black or white. Dr. Nick told me in an email. No shit. Oh my god, why is there a whole fucking paragraph in
Because
the
it's
about
Vox.
Key and Peele? What the hell is this rambling bullshit? Karen is an insult, maybe new, but the names as insults are old as the names themselves. Oh my god, this is so stupid. I can't keep reading this.
Yeah,
So
pretty
basically, you have.
Isn't this all really sexist?
Shit! Never mind. I
That's
clicked away.
the fucking ending.
I clicked away too soon. Was that the? Is that the conclusion?
That's the conclusion, I believe.
All right.
How is it journalism? I'm so perplexed with what is considered journal. That's just basically a glorified blog post. It's where's the research? Like where's the? I understand that she talked to people who started Reddit subreddits, but that's
I interviewed a kid who started a
At
subreddit.
15.
yeah.
When I did at 15, nothing of substance.
Nothing worth being put even in a box of fucking article.
I don't know. Working at rallies, I feel like I deserved a Vox article.
Oh my god. Okay. What was the name themselves? If the woman in her name is Karen, that's the whole joke. Oh, isn't this all really sexist? And Dane Cook's 2005 comedy album Retaliation included a sketch called The Friend Nobody Likes. The whole joke of the sketch is that everyone is one person everyone hates. Karen is always a douchebag. Cook joked everyone group is a Karen. She's always a bag of douche. And when she's not around, you just look at each other and go, God, Karen. It's a largely forgotten joke. No, clearly it's
I
not.
remember that one, actually.
Clearly it's not at all. Oh my god. Oh my god. 2016's antisocial Karen Nintendo meme. Okay.
I don't even know that.
Like a ditzy Karen from Mean Girls and meddling Karen from Goodfellas. Whatever. Oh my god. So what you this is why you can't make women ever be questionable characters ever, because then their names are gonna remind you of that and it's sexist. What the
I can't wait to
fuck?
create more stories so when people ask me about, your story seems sexist, blah, 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 it's a fucking story. Shut up. I'm going to give the greatest one answer interviews. No.
Becky Embers sent the super chat. Looks over there, not engaging. Aw, Becky's being coy now because we made fun of Becky's. So don't be mad at us, Becky. You know you love us. You know you can't stay mad at us.
Somebody in the chat just screamed, I'm a Karen.
Up, Karen. And a grim monolith you are. I feel like Karen is a grim monolith. That's very appropriate. There you go.
Wow. 2001 A Space Karen.
I am sure there are 2001 A Space Karen.
Karen Odyssey.
Oh,
I would not want to go on that journey.
God. Karen Odyssey. Oh my god. Sometimes people on Twitter do assume I'm white and respond to tweets they disagree with that Karen meme. Okay, that's nice.
Like Karen Hahn, and people said she was white.
Yeah, well, they're stupid, obviously. I don't know what her Twitter handle is. Whatever. Let's see, but blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's particularly sexist. There you go. Because this general base only calls out specific people, not all women. Blah, female spinoffs have been posted and done pretty well. There you go. Okay. So, oh my god. What the fuck? I don't care anymore. This is so stupid. Why?
Who's mad? Like what person, like what group of people are so upset by this that there's actual like outrage about the term Karen? Do we have like a target on who this person is that's upset? What they person is?
Yep. Just funny you should mention that, as I very serendipitously came across your answer as you were saying this while I was going through the Guardian article. But first, the super chat from Ted White says, San Karen High School football rules! Nothing about San Karen High School rules. That's for Bill and Ted.
Oh, yeah. One day we'll show the figures on the stream.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay. So So here, let me share this again so that y'all can see the name of this wench, so you can hunt her down like the witch she is. We're witch hunting because we're sexist, so we're just gonna hunt for witches. Yes, she's gonna put a hex bag in your home. We've been watching too much Supernatural.
We have.
It's been great. Kelly, you a Supernatural fan?
I have not seen it yet. No.
Well, now is the frickin' time.
I know. I need good recommendations.
Supernatural.
That's at the top of the list.
It'll keep you busy until we all die. So.
Oh, I will write this down. I'm excited. Where do I find it? Where do I watch it?
Netflix. All of it's on Netflix.
Perfect. Yes.
Yep. So, all right. So here you go. The Karen chat stepped up a notch last week when the feminist writer Julie Bindel tweeted, "Does anyone else think the Karen slur is woman-hating and based on class prejudice?"
No.
No, Karen. I mean,
no. Julie, stop being a Karen.
Wow, she's projecting. She's just projecting her own insecurity because she knows she's a Karen.
Who has time to sit around and freaking think of new ways to be offended and new things to call sexist? Who has this free time? I mean, even
feminist writers.
Oh my God. And this is what she did as her job before the apocalypse, was just sat around being offended.
It's not a real job.
Oh my God. It's
her job. I'm going to Google her. Well, like shit pancake, stop.
Oh God.
Let me look
the
at
police are
Julie
coming.
Bindel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sexist stream.
You've been flagged for making fun of Karens. It's that hate term now that the police are coming for you.
Well, man, it's illegal to make fun of Karens.
Why am I not
It's the world we live in.
This lady right here is the one complaining.
Oh my God. All right. Does this look like a Karen to you guys? Let me bring this up for a second. Does that look like a Karen to you?
No, but maybe she feels like one.
I can see her becoming a Karen pretty quick.
Yeah.
So that's the woman who wrote the tweet.
Oh.
Julie Bindel is an English radical feminist writer and co-founder of the law reform group Justice for Women, which since 1991 has helped women who have been prosecuted for killing violent male partners. That doesn't seem slanted one way.
Well, delightful. Anyway, if you're just joining us, do press that like button. We are just reading dumb things. Specifically, we're reading a Guardian article about the Karen. So, cue a social media firestorm, one I blithely wandered into. Yes, it's sexist, ageist, and classist in that order. What? Soon I had thousands of responses. Some were from people of color, frustrated that the term's original meaning had been lost and that two white women were denigrating a term they used to describe racism, and fair enough. What? So now you have, oh God, so now you have a black woman who is angry that people don't remember that Karen is about that Karens are racist, which based on yours and all of our collective experiences, talking down to people of color, the color of the person Karen is talking down to has never been a part of the Karen trope. As far as I'm aware. As far as you're aware?
Wait, no. You know who probably has dealt with a lot of Karens? Sal from Bubblegum.
I'm sure he does a lot of Karens. But so your understanding is that the color of the person Karen is talking down to has nothing to do with.
No, I just always thought Karen was a blonde-haired white lady with a specific haircut.
Yes, but she doesn't.
But she talks down to everybody.
Exactly.
Minority, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. Karen, she wants to talk to the manager, and she will step on every single person on her way to the top.
She's actually very egalitarian that way. We should revisit Karen.
Karens have no merit. Just stop right there. Karens offer nothing to society.
I think we should start looking at Karens as the beacon and bastion of hope. Egalitarian.
Karen, I'm pushing you out of a moving car.
You know I would never be a Karen.
I know. You know I would never push you out of a moving car.
All right. So, oh God. So the frustrated people of color that are frustrated because people don't acknowledge their suffering, and this is the whole thing. They're like, no, white women can't use Karen, can't complain about being called Karens because categorically Karens have been racist bitches. Therefore, it's our word to be offended about, not yours. Like, that's the crux of this argument here. You don't get to be offended by this because it's my job to be offended first because we reinvented the history of Karen to be somehow offensive to people of color. Is anyone else's brain exploding?
I don't even know why this article exists.
I don't know either, but it makes me really sad.
That's like Olympics level mental gymnastics right there.
God.
Wow. I can't even.
Oh, wait, there's more. But they were equaled by the men gleefully calling me a Karen. Okay, Karen, and telling me to make them a sandwich. Truly few things warm the heart like the palpable excitement of men when they find a new misogynistic term they can lob at women with impunity. Yes, clearly, because that's the whole point. The whole point is the men going, aha, look, we found a new way to denigrate women.
Wait, that's not what happens? We do that down at the club all the time.
I feel, again, you talk about things like people project their own issues, their own insecurities, the stuff you hate the most in people is what you see in yourself. All of these people who are under this deluded impression that all white men do is run around looking for ways to oppress people need to fucking look in the mirror. That's all.
Girl, you're right. You're right. When you're right.
Thank you. Oh God. So here's and this is immediately when you're when you know you've lost your argument as you write a sentence like this. Do I really need to spell out the sexism of a meme about a woman's name that took off from a man griping about his ex-wife and has become a way of telling women to shut up? Yeah, you fucking do need to spell it out because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It's not a way to shut women up. Calling someone a Karen is not a way, to be like, oh, I'm trying to stop you from having an opinion. I called you Karen because I thought it would make you shut up. It's not a thing.
It talks like that.
It's not a thing. Also, not everything coming out of a woman's name is immediately sexist, is automatically sexist. That's not how that works. Calling someone a Cruella de Vil is not a sexist term.
Because you're a piece of shit if you kill little dogs for a coat.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who you are.
Don't kill dogs. That's just
Just don't. And oh God. Oh my God.
What?
It's just so wrong. Okay. Yes, there are memes about Chad and Zach, but these have never gained the popularity. Can we also talk about the fact that she spells Zach with a CH?
Ooh.
I prefer the CK myself.
Me as well. But these have never gained the popularity of ones about Becky, Susan, or Tammy, let alone Karen. Who the fuck is Tammy?
Tammy Faye Baker, famous televangelist.
And Susan. Who are I don't know the Tam. I mean, I'm assuming they exist. I guess Tammy's a cat lady, isn't she?
Tammy seems like a southerner. And
Tammy,
she seems like a sweet southern lady.
I don't know. Tammy seems like she like is young to knit as well as she does.
Bless
I
us
feel-
all.
What do you think? What's a Tammy to you, Kelly?
I have no idea. I have no earthly idea what that is.
Or Susan? I think Stepford wife when I think of Susan. Susan makes me think
I
of
think of Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, me too. I just thought of Susan Sarandon. Yeah.
She's the best, Susan.
My mom had a friend when we were younger whose name was Susan Foot. I always thought it was funny. I think so.
And my mom knew a lady named Patty Butt.
And
Sorry.
Susan Foot looked like a Karen, though. She was very sweet. She was too sweet to be a Karen, but she looked like a Karen.
I'm glad you figured out my family member that's definitely a Karen. We won't say it on air, but you were 100% right.
I was like, wait, because the second you said Midwestern, I was like, oh, you're related to a Karen.
My marriage family.
There you go. Beth Diggu says, well, if I wasn't already anti-feminist, I am now. Welcome to the club. Oh, God. This is...
And then they go on to define women defending this term as basically having internalized misogyny.
Of course.
It's, of course.
All about that internalized misogyny.
No way to not agree with these statements without being an internalized misogynist.
Oh, yeah. They can't be wrong. That's how you know that their logic makes no sense, because they can't be wrong. They literally have written themselves into a way where they cannot be wrong, and that means if your argument is full of logical fallacies and it cannot be challenged, it cannot be rooted in fact.
It's true. Yeah, you're right. It's so cyclical because they're determining the language we can't use, but they're also defining who we are if we disagree with them. And
Exactly.
there's no way out. It's a loop. It's just
Exactly.
an infinite loop.
Either you agree with me, either you agree with everything I'm saying, all the ways I'm rewriting history, or I'm just going to write you out of history. Is the dear God
Right.
is the basis.
Hard.
And what the fuck? Okay, when I see young and not so young white women defending the Karen meme, I'm reminded of the cool girl passage in Gone Girl. Yeah, okay, whatever. Next, ageism. Karen has been established as a mother, but with multiple children, as Vox put it. Oh my God. So,
oh my God, there's a lot of this left.
Just because you are of a certain age and something is negative towards you doesn't make it ageist. That's bullshit. Oh my God. And finally, class. Whatever upper middle connotations Karen might have in the US, in the UK, the name is not posh. Didn't we already establish that this is a meme that started based on someone in the US, though? So
Freya?
What the fuck ass kind of name is Freya? So, oh my God. It's no coincidence a tweet calling Jess Phillips a Karen was so popular given Phillips grew up working class and is a mother and not what I'm talking about here. A woman. You invented boxes that were already checked off by the point you were trying to make and then checked off those boxes and pat yourself on the back for being able to do that.
Exactly.
God. Contrary to what some silly articles have claimed, no serious person is equating Karen with the N-word. Okay.
It sounds like it though.
Except that you're. This is almost more upsetting. It's like, oh, so first of all, that's how you know how far off the reservation equating Karen to the N-word is that this person who is so far off the reservation that we couldn't see them with a telescope.
They're in a different state.
They're in a different country and they are not as whacked as to think that Karen and the N-word are equatable. So, equitable, as it were. Freya is a great name. Let's name our child Freya.
No, unless her first name was Gala.
No. Yes, people of color should describe their experiences of racism in whatever language works for them. Okay.
Fine. Every goddamn Karen that's given me shit in my lifetime. There we go.
That's how Jeff describes racism. So there you go. But women should also be free to point out when a trope has become mired in sexism without accused of being humorless old shrews, i.e. Karens. No one wants to be a Karen, am I right?
Then don't be a fucking Karen.
You use the stereotype you claimed is so bad and damaging. The Karen meme has become a way of not just describing women's behavior, but controlling it. No wonder so many men enjoy it.
Oh my gosh.
Press 1 in the chat if you are a man and you just want to be able to control women. I probably should have phrased that better.
You're gonna get that.
No. If that's your goal, like, you know what I'm saying. If press 1, if your whole goal in the way you interact with women and use language and whatnot is to be able to control them. Koshi, always here with the 3. Arfar. And again, Arfar, we also got the super chat, but we do need to read it again because it's here again. Arfar says, is Michael Burnham a Karen? I feel like she is. Do we say that? Yes.
I agree. Michael Burnham is, like we said, not only is she a Mary Sue, she is a Karen. She's a Carrie Sue.
Now we've got Go Big Boy or Go Home. I am dying to know what Dion makes of this. No one articulates their thoughts on this sort of thing like Dion does. Jeff, please ask him on Thursday.
I will ask Dion his thoughts on a Karen,
All right, Karen thoughts.
I actually knew a lady named Karen when I was growing up. She was a little too nice to me.
I knew a Karen. I knew a Karen who worked in catering. She was a short little black chick. Really
Karen
cool.
From catering?
Karen from catering. Really short black chick. She definitely had Karen potential, but she was really nice. So.
Didn't send it twice. Well, it just popped back up.
It popped back up again. Both of your super chats, I think, have come up twice. So hopefully check your computer. Obviously, more super chats are great for me, but I also don't want your computer just randomly sending more super chats.
If you want to randomly send $1 million in super chats, send it to world-class bullshitters. YouTube can still take.
We're looking
40%.
out for you too. All right. So we finished this trash article? Yes.
Thank God.
And look how many ones we had in the chat. One but only Android woman. Arfar, Robert Anderson, and
Mindless Entertainment.
and Jeff.
What a fucking Mindless Entertainment is the
and
worst.
Jeff. Everyone
Mindless.
else doesn't feel the need to confirm to control women. I can English. That's
You walked right into
I
it.
was flipping my hair.
I was like this, and you're like,
It's my God-given right to flip my hair.
uh-huh.
So yeah, that was painful, Beth. I agree with you. Beth too says that was fucking painful. Yeah. Any thoughts, Kelly?
On what exactly?
Any of it, or are you just glad to be done?
Oh man, it's just, I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm getting to the point where I'm just expecting every few weeks to hear of a new thing that's being outlawed, and we're going to just have to conform to stricter and stricter narratives and until something shifts, but I don't know what that shift is going to be, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but it's just, I mean, it's annoying, and it's ridiculous to try to control people's speech within that paradigm, especially. Yeah. It's so stupid. It's a meme. It's not I don't know, to accuse a meme of deeply hurting you and unsettling you to the point that you actually want to completely rectify it by just banishing it from human speech is just to me that's absurd. It's not. I don't know. And like you said, they're altering it too. It seems like, I mean, is the prototype a Dane Cook joke from 2005? Because it seems like that preceded the subreddit that we heard about.
Really?
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
I bet you $5 Dane made that name up on the fly.
Probably.
I bet you there's 20 other sessions that he's done that skit and her name's something else.
Yeah, well, maybe. Sometimes if you set a name that feels right, but it might have been something before it was Karen. It might have been. It might not have been Karen from the beginning.
Well, I mean, if you listen to his TV version of Harmful Swallowed,
yeah,
like the I'm backing up and all that shit in the car accident, it's completely different.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, even.
Oh, I know, yeah, little things like that. I'm just saying when you, I don't, for me, when I tell a joke, if I settle in a name, I usually repeat the same one over and over, but not necessarily. I'm also not Dane Cook, so.
I'm glad you're not Dane Cook because the shit
it'd be weird. Really you wouldn't want to do that with Dane. No. Lukov says hashtag cancel Dane. Well, he kind of took care of that himself. Yeah. So
what's he up to these days?
I know you heard about how he got thrown out of the Laugh Factory. I think he's back though
because he's talking shit to a waitress, right?
He screamed at a waitress for dropping checks during his set, which is their fucking job. So not cool, Dane. Not cool.
I feel like he reached the top and he fell back down. He's trying to work his way up, but he'll never do it because of his ego.
And a part of it too, though, is he stole all his jokes on his way up. Now that people know that, he has to, write stuff himself. That's gonna be harder.
I'm surprised he showed up on Louis.
Yeah, you saw that episode?
Yeah, I've seen every episode of that show. Well, I take it back. I haven't seen the final season, but up until the final one, I watched every one.
I love the final season.
The show got too artsy and weird for me.
What's that?
The show got ttoo artsy and weird for me.
I love that. I love the surreal elements that he put in there.
I lost.
Show?
Yeah,
I've always hated him. It was a creep. I hated him before it was cool. I just want to put that out there. Hated him before it was cool.
Now everybody has to hate him. It's you're morally obligated to hate him now, apparently. But I still kind of like him.
It's like the Claw.
Oh my god.
Okay, so how to tell if you're a Karen? In front of you is a White Claw, white wine, Moscato, a Bartles and James wine cooler, or a mimosa. What is the most Karen of those drinks?
I think the white wine. I think Karen drinks white wine.
Karen drinks a glass of white wine. Karen gets one of those wine glasses that holds an entire bottle.
Yeah. Yes. Or gets one where you just screw the glass to the top of the bottle. Like you stick the glass in the top of the bottle and just drink it straight out.
And she asks strangers to take photos of her to post on Instagram.
Yes. She doesn't ask them. She commands them.
Here, take a photo, please.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes. Yes. That's what she does. On all of the points, one of the points that you had brought up, Kelly, that I wanted to jump off of that and
jump off by climbing a ladder.
Jump off of it. This is how we were.
Donkey Kong right now.
This is how this works. Amber Phoenix Fire says I've dealt with a lot of Karens who drink their fancy martinis. Yes, I feel like Karens also drink Cosmos and Appletinis.
Yes.
It's in the name, Appletini.
When you're really advanced, when you become like full advanced Karen, you just drink your extra dry vodka martinis. But you really still want the bartender to wave the bottle of vermouth over the glass so you can pretend that you're putting it in, and you get very angry if they don't do it and refuse to tip them. That's how Karens order their martinis.
Karens don't tip.
Karens only tip if the bartender asked for her ID. Because it's flattering for her. And if the bartender is a cute man. Karens never tip women.
That sounds good. Yeah, that's true.
Unless she sees Karen potential in the woman and then she wants to help her towards her future.
Do Karens uplift each other? That's an interesting.
I think Karens like are attracted to other Karens. They like those Karens up, but they have to be at different stages of their Karen evolution.
Yeah. It has to be a hierarchy. They can't have an equilibrium.
No,
it's like the Sith. There's always a master and an apprentice. You can't have two masters. It doesn't work.
Yes.
So you can have more than two Karens, but it has to be like aging into what do Karens turn into when they get turned to old women, curmudgeonly old women?
Just they say Karens. Once a Karen, always Karen.
Yeah.
I feel like Karen's a good grumpy grandma name.
Gertrude.
They become Grandma Gertrude.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not now, Grandma.
But again, the Karens do not become grandmas; they become grandmothers.
I feel like they don't let their grandchildren call them grandma because they're embarrassed of being a grandmother.
Or if they embrace being called a grandmother, it has to be grandmother and their name.
Yes.
Grandmother Karen.
Midnight Luna says, "Morning to all the Karens." Good morning, Midnight Luna. How are you? It's morning in where you are, which is Sweden, I think. Midnight Luna.
It's also morning on the East Coast.
No, it's not. It's still the night. People aren't waking up and saying good morning.
12 a.m. It's past. It's
but no one's getting up now and going good morning.
The essential workers that are getting off their asses to go stock shelves at grocery stores so Karen can fucking buy up all the toilet paper are up right now saying good morning to each other at Kroger because they work weird fucking hours.
Karen definitely bought all the toilet paper.
Yes.
100%. No question that was Karen. No question at all. Oh man. What was I keep being about to say things.
I know why.
So the one big question, the one big takeaway I have from a lot of this is why because the article ends with it's a way to control women. When did we allow ourselves to be controlled by being called Karen? Like,
we haven't. This writer's just an idiot.
No, I just say all these things we will get offended by and insulted by. You know, I grew up on sticks and stones can break your bones, or can break my bones, but words will never hurt me. You know, I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you.
Did you actually say that to somebody once?
Yeah.
Aw, that's so cute. Oh, little Jessie saying that.
I'm pretty sure my dad said it to me first, and then I was like, "Whoa!" And I probably went and said it to Jackie right away.
I'm sure.
Right, because Jackie was a sensitive little sipster, and you would just say like, "This is my favorite."
By the way, I just love you for you caught yourself.
Sipster. But yeah, no, because she was really sensitive when she was little, and everything would make her cry. My favorite joke to my brother and I would do to her is we would tell her that because back, when you were kids and you went like, "Oh, busted" to someone, it was like some big deal insult, and so we told her that if she was adopted, if she was born a boy, our parents would have named her Ted, and then she would become a bus driver, so she would have been Busted. And she used to cry.
It's so dumb but funny.
I mean, realistically, she was like 5,
Yeah, but your name was going to be Ted, you'd be a bus driver. That's like, no.
Logic wasn't real for 5-year-old.
Her whole life just flashed before her eyes, and that's horrifying.
Yeah, she was like, "This is the scariest thing that anyone's ever said to me." You and Lukov are in sync tonight, man. Lukov says I would cry too. That's horrifying. Oh God.
I like Amber Phoenix Fire's comment though. Right underneath that. Excuse me.
Hey, it's a very good point. It's actually a way of it's a self. Karen is not quite to the contrary. Karen is not a slur when you call someone a Karen. It is us as a community self-censoring and not calling her a stuck-up fucking bitch.
I love that. Yes, I like that. I agree with both of you.
So yeah. What?
Bust Ted. I'm just
so
the chat's going on about it. I just imagined little Jackie driving a big bus.
Bust Ted is almost as bad as Karen. Oh,
does she still? Well, never mind. I'll say, does she have a good sense of humor? We'll get her a bus driver's uniform for Christmas.
I don't even know if she'll remember it. I'll put her a hat and I'll say Ted on it.
Yeah, get her a
school bus.
Get her a hat and then a little name tag just says Ted. Like Philadelphia Northern Bus Transit or something. We make it up.
Oh my god. SEPTA. Just be a SEPTA.
A septic tank?
A SEPTA. No, Southeast
We watched Trading Places. I remember
okay.
You got excited.
I did because it was SEPTA. We watched Trading Places, which I'd never seen before, and there was all the Philly stuff in it. So
yes. Oh my God.
What was the other one we watched the other night? Oh, Step Brothers.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, so my whole thing is we all grew up with the whole sticks and stones, adage, and that was the way we were raised. That's the way every fucking adult before now was brought up. And now everyone suddenly is like, no, other people's words are their responsibility. They wound me, they offend me, and being offended is worse than being shackled to the back of a truck and dragged through some southern town because I'm black. Because that's how we act in the society today, is that's worse. Being offended, saying an offensive word is worse than, fucking lynching. So, because that doesn't happen anymore. That shit doesn't happen anymore. So people need to find new shit to be pissed off about. Because why heal? Why self-grow? Why move on when you can just be constantly offended by people?
Exactly. And that it's such an easy way out. It's such an excuse and a way of just constantly having this victim mentality and feeling like, well, if there's anything wrong in my life or in the world, I can just bring it all back to this one thing that if this changes and I can get people to censor themselves, it'll be a better world. But guess what? We're never going to get to that place if everything is offensive. It's just impossible.
Exactly.
And I love the saying, and I've said this a few times before, but hard times make strong men make what is it? Hard times make strong men make good times make weak men make hard times.
That's the cycle. That's very true.
Humans, not just men, whatever. Like, it's not even a sexist thing, obviously. Of course, I'm always
so sexist.
Take that personally. But it's just, I think up until recently, most of the world was living in a much better place than any time in history. It's very recent that we're facing something on a global scale where everyone is equally in danger, pretty much. Some people might have access to better care, which of course is tremendous, but at the same time, we're facing something that humanity hasn't faced on this scale before in centuries. And it's just unfortunate that people think that the end all be all of existence is whatever hurts their ego, whatever hurts their, like, if you can't take charge, like, look at the people who have done such incredible things and changed themselves and changed the world because of it, that had to just pummel through all of the hardships that they faced in their life 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 years ago. And some of the incredible people that we hold up in history are people that had to face more adversity than most people that are complaining now will ever face.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. There's no way to get everybody on board to understand these things and how backwards they are. They're getting us to focus on, it's like if there was an asteroid coming towards us and we're focusing on this thing, people would be like, what were we doing? But
right.
Because we can't see the solar flare or the asteroid, we think that this is meaningful somehow. And
exactly. And the crazy thing is, if you had an asteroid that you found out was hurtling towards Earth and, everyone needed to mobilize to try to stop it, you would still have some asshole on Twitter going, no, it is more important that I be right about the fact that this is an anti-feminist word.
An anti-feminist asteroid?
Anti-feminist asteroid. This asteroid is sexist, and we need to talk about it right now. Like,
you know what we would do in that case? We would round up all the people that didn't help and then shoot them into space.
I like it. It's an asteroid that we helped blow apart because we helped the world not die.
Bruce Willis isn't going to die to save everybody just to have this chick on Twitter.
This bullshit. Yeah. So that's, I mean, yeah, I'm with you. This is the most emancipated generation of women in recorded history. And instead of like taking a look back and seeing how far we've come, people just want to bitch. Nothing is ever good. People complain more, by rights than any other time previously, even from the time that we were kids. Nobody bitched this much about these kinds of this minutia, rather than, again, looking at how far we've come, being thankful for what we do have and trying to continue to change the world in a positive way. It's just bitch, 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 bitch. Nothing is good enough.
Yeah, exactly.
It almost makes an argument of like, it almost makes the perfect argument for, people who are traditionalists who are like, women need order and control. Like, I don't know, you're looking around at today's fucking women, you're like, I don't know, maybe they fucking do.
Well, you have these crazy movements. Of course, you're going to have counter movements that are drastic in a lot of ways. So you're going to see the MGTOW movement. You're going to see movements come out of like the hyper feminism, and like any extreme is going to create another extreme in the opposite direction. And
exactly. And this is the thing. And I try to talk about this. There's a term to shut us up for this now, because I learned this when I said something to that exact point of like, you have to understand that you are partially responsible because your extremist behavior drives other people to extremes. Your hatred that you're putting into the world, your anger begets anger, hatred begets hatred. These are all things we learn as children. Right. That we learn fairly intuitively and through our everyday experiences as children. If you're mean to someone, they're likely to be mean back or mean to somebody else. We see these as allegories in movies, family-friendly movies since the dawn of time. Oh, if you had just done this nice thing for this person, it would have made them happy instead of made them grumpy, and all these things. Like, this is fucking it. And people don't want to take any responsibility for the effects their own actions have. That all they want to do is get so up in fucking arms about other people not taking responsibility for the effects of their words and actions. But if you try to tell somebody, hey, maybe your extremist behavior actually caused more shitty behavior from the very people you're fighting, they tell you you have white fragility. That's the phrase. White fragility means that you are too fragile to accept the responsibility for being a white privileged douchebag. So you have to foist the responsibility onto another group and say, you made me this way. Yes. This is something I learned because somebody bothered to explain to me that was what I was doing.
Oh my gosh.
A real adult human.
There's always that, and that's the scariest part of this, is that with every new rule that's being implemented, they're making new rules to cover any argument against that rule. So there's just, it's like a hammock that's just, everything's being held up in this web of interconnected rules.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The Price is Right review says, in my opinion, this pandemic will change the social norms between men and women in a lot of ways, and many women won't like it because of SHTF survival. I don't know what SHTF. Survival, just honest. I mean, yeah, that's a valid point too. I'm assuming that's at least something.
Oh, when shit hits the fan.
Oh, shit hits the fan. Yeah. So if we get to that point, I mean, that's partially, if we do get to that point, you will have a bunch of people, if you find yourself in a situation like society breaks down, things like that, yeah, you're going to have to rely on your man. I think that's the thing. At the end of the day, you can be your misempowered feminists with your long nails clacking behind your keyboard all you want to. If you go into, if it comes down to it, you don't have the survival skills. First thing you're going to go run to is that prime specimen of a toxic white male to protect your scrawny ass. And that is the reality. That's why, like, you know, you feel like, I'm so empowered. You're empowered to what? To bitch about things that piss you off? Like, I'm sorry, the real empowered women are the ones who, when that shit happens, are like, I have something to contribute to this survival effort.
Yes.
You know, it may not be being the tough one, you know, In some cases, maybe it is, but it's like I have something to contribute as opposed to like protect me, save me.
Yeah, and that's a great point too with empowerment is we can't look to others to empower us. Empowerment is all about empowering ourselves. If you're like the people who have had it the worst in history, whatever group we're talking about, whatever historical context, whatever civilization we're in, the people who have had it worse off often weren't in control of how other people treated them or were torturing them, killing them, enslaving them. The only thing they had control over was whether they could empower themselves to strive for something better. They couldn't tell the people putting them in whatever situation they were in, you need to give me power, the empowerment. They didn't have that option. Now we have this option all of a sudden where people can just demand for someone else to somehow create an easy path for empowerment to them.
We're asking people to make themselves weak. We're saying that like it's almost like it's like admitting it's like these women being like, we're not as strong as the guys. We can't fight our own fights for ourselves. So please help us because you oppressed us and now you need to help us. But it's like the only your whole point is right. Only you can empower yourself by the same, the other side of the same coin is only you can take that agency away. If you don't like being called a Karen, fucking say something about it. If you don't like being interrupted at the board meeting, fucking say something about it. Oh, well, I can't speak out because they'll just think I'm a mouthy female. Then fucking say something about that and follow the fucking chain of wrongdoing, as it were, until you dig it out and fucking fight it. Don't just roll over and run home and blog and cry about it. Be like, it's so unfair. I'm being controlled. I'm being controlled by the people. No, you just don't want to do the work of actually standing up for this shit when it happens. You want to run and cry, through your computer about how unfair life is and expect everyone else to do the fucking work to change rather than you having to just learn the simple feat of standing the fuck up for yourself.
Yeah. And I think also these people are addicted to the validation of upvoting. And
oh God, yes.
That's like it almost sometimes I think that must be more satisfying than actually what they're fighting for is they it's like a simulacra experience of they put all of their energy into these posts or these blogs or these articles, and then when they get a response, whether it's good or bad, it's attention, and it's just validating to them to have the experience of just having people either siding with them and just a witch hunt ensuing or just the upvoting. It's but it's also hollow because it's actually not driving us forward. It's just a distraction. It's not driving society forward. We're not becoming more enlightened because of fighting it's one thing if we're talking about purely derogatory racial or gender specific slurs, but if we're talking about like a term like Karen that's being applied to a personality trait, maybe that's a good social feedback element to have. This is how we keep ourselves and others in check. It's important to have social feedback. So if someone called me a Karen, I might try to find some level of self-awareness to be like, wow, what's Karen-esque about me, and maybe I need to work on my attitude or what. Be nice if people had that level of
exactly, and that's how things used to be. Benito Martinez, I want to thank you. Fuck that, we are all responsible for our actions. Great super chat, completely agree.
Hey Benito, what's up?
And on all those, exactly. I'm with you 100%. Of points, brain.
What's up here?
I totally just lost my train of thought. I was reading the super chat and thinking about what you were saying and like, blah. No, exactly. So yeah, about the having to actually look at yourself and then having that positive feedback loop. But yeah, that's exactly what that is. And it's funny because it's like all of this language censorship and whatnot that they're doing to protect themselves from having to be offended, right? That's exactly what that is. It's shutting down that feedback loop that would force them to do self-work, right? It's, beyond even just like, I don't want to deal with negative things. I don't want to deal with unpleasantries. It's like, no, the thing is that those repeated unpleasantries are what exactly like you said, what drive us forward, what have you. How else would we grow if we didn't have negative feedback? You know, that's how we learn and that's how we grow. And so to your point about not going anywhere is you have these echo chambers on social media, these slaves to the upvotes, and they're just going in cycles and getting constantly reinforced by like-minded people when that, you know, that homogeny is what slows down growth. Putting a bunch of people who think the same way together is never gets you anywhere, as opposed to like bringing different minds together. But you can't have that because they'll fucking kill each other.
Oh my gosh, yes, that is so well said. That's what it is. We need diversity of thought. We need diversity of experience. We need diversity in general. It's healthy for nature, let alone humanity. And we're setting up these systems where it's all, like you said, an echo chamber.
Yeah. But you can't say diversity of thought anymore because apparently that's just a code word for a bunch of white guys. Or a justification for this is why you should hire this conservative white man because everyone else in your office is liberal, so you should hire this conservative, i.e. racist white man to be in your office. It's like, no, that's diversity of thought is a very valid perspective and has nothing to do with race or anything. Because yeah, you can have a room full of people with different skin colors, from different, you know, races, different sexual orientations and whatever, but if they all have the same background, if they all think the same way, if they're all equally wealthy, you don't have any fucking diversity there. You just have a different pigment in a different suit.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. So but going on for quite a while now, I do think it's time to get towards the Mad Lib segment of this stream. And all right, so basically I'll go through so chat, you guys do get to participate. I will go through. It'll be one of you in chat. So chat, you'll get every third word. I'll let you know what yours is ahead of time. And when we get to your word, I'll pull it out of the chat. A super chat will supersede any suggestion. And we did have one already earlier in the night asking for a Karen. So we do have a Karen in here. This is Cloud City and advertising by Lando Calrissian, by the way.
Ooh.
That's what we're doing. And Connor 3548 made it just in time, it appears.
Before we start, have you seen the fake online petition? You heard how they removed the Native American girl from Land O'Lakes, right?
Oh,
Butter.
yeah.
Have you seen the fake petition to put Lando Calrissian on there instead?
That
I
would be
would
amazing.
get behind that.
Oh my god. Lando Lakes
I already
butter.
buy butter like crazy. Oh, I forgot to get butter out.
Oh no, we're out.
Popcorn we've been making uses
God
a
damn,
fucking
we're
quarter
gonna
stick of butter.
Die.
And the slogan could be, this butter truly belongs with us among the clouds. No, that doesn't make sense.
It's good effort.
Like whipped butter. You could do a whipped butter cloud.
We could definitely do a cloud comparison with the whipped butter.
I think Lando Calrissian would be a good dairy baron. You know, like he comes to Earth, he's just like, hey, I'm going to run a dairy empire.
Yeah.
Oh, Beth with Wiener, of course. Oh god. All right. So Beth, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the wiener. This is her. This is what she sends us. She sends us wieners. We're now writing a movie called Death Wiener because of her.
By the way, Beth is the only other person you could say thanks to for the wiener to, and I wouldn't be bothered.
Thanks for the wiener, Beth. Oh god. All right. So here we are. Cloud City advertised by Lando Calrissian. All right. Oh wait, I was gonna read the parts of speech since people seem to consistently get confused. Here we go. Quick review. An adjective describes something or somebody. Lumpy, soft, ugly, messy, and short are adjectives. An adverb tells how something is done. It modifies a verb and usually ends in ly. Modestly, stupidly, greedily, and carefully are adverbs.
I had a realization. Short Round's name is nothing but adjectives.
Yes, correct. A noun is the name of a person, place, or thing. Sidewalk, umbrella, bridle, bathtub, and nose are nouns. Bridle? Really? As in like a bridle for a horse. It just seems like not a very...
Something tells me that these are all the same in every book and were written like 40 years ago.
Probably. A verb is an action word. Run, pitch, jump, and swim are verbs. Put the verbs in the past tense. If the directions say past tense, ran, pitched, jumped, and swam are verbs in the past tense. When we ask for a place, we mean any sort of place, a country or city, Spain, Cleveland, or a room, bathroom, kitchen. An exclamation or silly word is any sort of funny sound, gasp, grunt, or outcry like wow, ouch, womp, ick, and gadzooks. When we ask for specific words like a number, a color, an animal, or a part of the body, we mean a word that is one of those things like 7, blue, horse, or head. When we ask for a plural, it means more than one. For example, cat pluralized is cats. I did not know that, did you?
I'm learning something new every single day of my life with you.
And now that we know, let's read these super chats. And Anthony Shirley says, "When's the Carol Baskin video coming?" Oh, it's coming. Don't worry, Anthony, it's coming.
Yes, Jesse, are you doing a Carol Baskin video?
Yes, actually, you can contribute to it, and anyone in the chat can contribute to it as well. All you need to do is shoot yourself saying some terrible thing about your life or the world, and say it's because of that bitch Carol Baskin or Carol fucking Baskin or however you like their name. Yeah. So like, we've already blamed the coronavirus on Carol Baskin. Jeff had to leave the stream to go get more bubble water because of Carol fucking Baskin. So if you want to, I'm trying to put that out this week. So if you do want to participate, just send your Carol Baskin video over to me.
Make sure you guys film it though in landscape.
Yes. So I'll put my email in the chat. Me.mindless. Make sure it's me.mindlessentertainment@gmail.com. And yeah, got it. Okay, I can spell. Anyway, but yeah. So Kelly, would love for you to send one along, and everyone else. But yes, Anthony Sholey, it is coming. Don't worry. Benito Martinez says, "You won't believe it's Lando's handmade butter." Oh, yum. I'll take butter made by Lando's hands. That sounds fine.
It's not butter, it's heavy cream, baby. That's his catchphrase or some dumb shit like that. Churn.
Lando likes butter because you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Do something cheesy like that because you're sexy and you deserve love. Oh
God. High cholesterol.
All right. Anthony, I am excited for your video. I'm glad. Obviously Anthony is invested because he has submitted, so that's gonna be. I'm excited for your video to be part of the video. That's what I'm saying.
Really 11:20.
It might be. All right. So, chat, you're hooking me up with an adjective, and so are you, Kelly.
Wait, at the same time?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go in order. It'll be you. I'll take yours and yours, and yeah, I need 3 adjectives. So you're giving me an adjective, and then Jeff's giving me an adjective, and then the chat's giving me an adjective.
Can we redefine adjective again? I'm sorry, I should know this.
No problem. It's a descripting word, so a color or like.
But would slippery be an adjective?
Yep.
Okay, slippery.
Slippery it is. Oui, Jeff, adjective.
Derpy.
Derpy. All right, we've got infected, steamy, crazy,
festering.
Festering, slimy, spicy. I like festering. All right. So chat, the next word you're going to get is a plural noun. And Kelly, I will also need a plural noun from you.
Okay. Zebras.
Solid. Jeff, an adjective, please.
Poisonous.
Poisonous. Poisonous. All right. And a plural noun. Herpes.
Please use herpes.
Cows.
Ewoks.
Oh, cows. Yeah.
Ewoks. Dicks. You want to use herpes?
I just like herpes.
Herpes.
Karens.
Karens. Okay, herpes. All right, chat. The next thing you're going to get is an adjective. Kelly, a plural noun, please.
Waves. Wait. Yeah, I'm thinking like water waves, but I'm thinking that could also be a variety of other things. So let me think of a better one.
Okay.
Palm trees?
Sure.
On
So
Cloud City?
but
No.
Jeff, a plural noun.
A plural noun. Coconuts.
That's a theme. All right, in chat, you're hooking me up with an adjective. Intellectual, moist, burning. Let's go with burning.
Burning herpes. Am I sensing a theme here?
All right, chat, you're going to get another adjective. And Kelly, a plural noun again.
Panthers.
Yeah.
Darn, I keep thinking of wanting to say a dinosaur. Oh, then I always say something I don't want to say.
Well, then maybe you may get another chance. An adjective, Jeff?
Pussy.
Oh, God.
It's going to be a Lando Calrissian herpes theme.
Yeah.
How do you spell pussy?
Pussie? Pussy? I don't know. Pusy? You put two S's.
That's what I'm saying.
You're getting pussy, and that's not what we want to put there.
We'll go with IE.
Yes.
Okay.
Just read it right as pussy.
Okay. I'm gonna read it right.
Yeah, you're right.
So, erect, bossy, bitchy.
Karen.
Hello, everyone. It's not an adjective. Hi, Menace Productions. Switch, cancerous, stretching, engorged, squishy. Did I say squishy?
Not inflamed.
Squishy, squidgy. Inflamed. Ew. Let's go with bitchy.
Nagging.
And chat, you guys are going to finish us with a verb. So, Kelly, a noun.
Velociraptor.
Yeah. Velociraptor. Jeff, a plural part of the body.
Assholes? Two now.
What?
Maybe species in the Star Wars galaxies.
You have to wipe twice. That's where all the toilet paper went.
Oh, all right. Verbs. We've got implode, complain. Benito Martinez says Kelly is cute.
Thanks, Benito.
Laugh. Squat. Squat. Use squat. All right.
Squat hangs out with our chunk droid.
You ready for a Cloud City, an advertisement by Lando Calrissian? High above the slippery ground on the gas planet Bespin floats a derpy city in the clouds. Cloud City is a festering metropolis, buzzing with zebras. There are poisonous shops filled with all the latest herpes. Restaurants with some of the best chefs in the Karen. And all sorts of entertainment for everyone, from the youngest palm trees to the oldest coconuts. Makes a weird kind of sense. Gazing at the burning skyscape filled with all the panthers of the rainbow will take your wiener away. No! What? Nowhere else in the galaxy boasts pussy views like this. Like looking into a bitchy dream. It may not rest on solid Velociraptor, but Cloud City is the perfect place to plant your assholes. Come squat today.
The perfect place to plant your assholes. Yes. Yes.
Squat. Oh God.
Perfect. And there was squat here. Perfect place to squat.
Here you go. Is he gonna make his hand churn butter rain from Cloud City?
What a perfect way to close out the stream.
Wait, we got to do one of the new ones.
Oh no.
Keith and I handle it.
I can.
All right.
I'm eating a Reese's cup.
Oh shit! It's Reese's o'clock.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
So
That a king
date. This is adult Mad Libs. These are first date Mad Libs.
Anybody in the chat want a Reese's?
Yes, please.
That's one. So if I can get this open.
Jedi Bunny wants a Reese's.
There are 5. She gets one, definitely.
Sweet. I want a Kit Kat.
Mhm.
But first, all right, chat. So if you weren't here from the beginning, we have this beautiful. I have a hardcover adult Mad Libs steamy romance edition.
I was there when we bought it. Whoa!
And it's all cool, exciting.
was
So we're
all
gonna
on
play
Amazon.
one more. We're gonna do Ways to Meet People.
Oh god!
So you guys are gonna chat. First thing you're gonna get is a wiener. All right, I'm just gonna put it right there in the beginning. Thank you for the super chat,
I hope the
Beth.
day we meet Beth the Goo, it just says Wiener.
Oh god, I hope it too. Oh, the Calgary Expo was canceled.
Oh.
I know.
Damn it, Jim Lee,
All
one
right.
day.
All right, so chat, you guys are gonna get a noun to start us off, and Kelly, a place.
A place.
Yes, any old place.
Would the Matrix count as a place?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Cleveland, but
You know, they're very similar.
I can't believe Cleveland's real either.
Oh god. All right, Jeff, an adjective, please.
I don't get the fun ones. Adjective.
You got parts of the body
I
last
know,
time.
assholes for the win. Assholes. An adjective.
Adjective.
Soupy.
Soupy George. I'm gonna play you Soupy George later.
Please.
Okay. So let's see. What do we got? Dildo. Doom guy. Handcuffs. Wiener. Karens. I can't believe the Browns are a team.
Neither can they.
Deep fried butthole rings.
Wasn't that on another stream?
Yes. Cuphead.
That's a video game.
I'm between donut and handcuffs. What do you guys think?
I vote donuts.
Kelly, what do you think?
Donuts.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
You look at the fun ones. We got adjectives 8 times in a row.
Look at the draw, bitches. Look at the draw. Solid. All right. Chat. Oh, I forgot to tell you that you have a noun, but no, I just did a noun from It's Donut. Verb ending in ing, chat. You have the verb ending in ing. Kelly, you get a noun.
Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Very topical.
All right. Animal, Jeff. You ever eat film wings?
What's a rhino? That's a fun animal, right? It can kill you, it can gore you.
It's hilarious.
I was gonna pick a fox or a hound, but you know.
Yep. All right.
Do you want to watch it again?
Really?
No.
No. Spreading, diddling, defenestrating. Solid word. Porking. You're full of shit. Yeah. Queefing, crying, kidnapping. I'm here with crying.
Oh, you're gonna say queefing.
Sorry.
Scrambled eggs.
Crying. Oh, lady purse. Rhinoing. Thanks. Okay. Chat, you guys are gonna get an adjective next. Sorry, Connor. I swear to God, I'm not doing this on purpose. Kelly, a plural noun.
You alright?
So funny.
Is it better than plant your assholes?
Might be.
Oh.
Stargazers.
Yes. Oh, I love it. Plural noun from you, Jeff.
DVDs.
What is this archaic thing of which you speak?
Well, there's a whole bunch of them in front of me. So.
All right. Engorged, says Lukov. Fox, says Connor, 3548. That's not an adjective, Connor. The natural enemy of the rhino, the platypus. Queefable.
Yeah, queefable.
Not
It's queefable. Come on, let's do it.
Stiffing, pretty, I'm gonna go with engorged. I'm not writing queefable.
Then just say it when you get to that. Queefable, queefable, queefable.
No. All right, chat. You guys get a plural noun next. So there you go. Fun. And Kelly a verb.
Oscillating.
Good one. I even know how to spell that.
I think it's OSCIL.
No, I said I do know how to spell it. I actually
Oh,
know how to spell it.
did I?
Yeah. I was proud of myself because I was like, it's OSCILLATE.
Okay.
But it sounds like ocelot. A plural noun, sweetheart.
Pencil sharpeners. Actually, ordered those on yesterday.
I remember the smell of pencil sharpeners in school, the metal ones.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember how it was real gritty on the tip, and I used to have a lump on my finger from like pencils because I wasn't properly and stuff.
Yes. Are either of you left-handed?
No.
Oh, because that's like one of the banes of being left-handed is I was never able to hold a writing utensil correctly, so I always had like a pain trying to hold it.
Oh, that's how. I would just write for so long that my fingers would cramp or I would get an indentation.
Like when I draw like 6
Indentations I got all the time.
Oh yeah. All right. So the plural noun from the chat: legs, lady purses, nipple clamps, androids, antibiotics, steroids, queefs. I'm gonna go with nipple clamps.
Yeah, but queef lost again.
That's because I have nipple clamps.
Oh well. I still think queefs are more interesting than nipple clamps.
No, I was trying to tell you I have nipple clamps.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't.
It just sounds ow. All right, chat. You're gonna get a noun next. Kelly, you got a noun also.
Oh, earthquake. I have an earthquake. Do you guys?
So do we.
We got an earthquake.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I'm sitting here thinking like my hand feels weird. And then
Earthquake.
We had a little jolt. Yeah.
We just had an earthquake. Shit, you just slept fucking through it.
I slept through my first one.
Yeah. How was that? Was that exciting?
That was only my second earthquake.
So is your noun gonna be earthquake?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, because you felt it right before we did. So
Ah,
yeah.
I still feel the aftershock tremor.
I just felt an aftershock. Yeah. Oh god, crazy.
I vote earthquakes. I vote berets.
Oh god.
My turn, right?
Yes, you get a
What's my
verb
word?
ending in ing.
You guys are so used to this. I'm like freaking out.
It was a big one.
That was a big.
I felt like our ceiling shake. Usually I don't feel that.
Felt the whole thing shake. The whole.
Usually I feel like lower, but this is like it hit our it was directional. Like it hit our windows, and then the roof was like
What did
it like how we actually the shockwave just like went through it.
Spewing.
That's crazy. It hit you guys at the same time because you're like an hour from us, right?
Yeah, not that far. Probably more like 30. Well, driving time we're like it's like 30, 45 minutes ish, but we're not that
geographic
far. Yeah, geographically not that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I always think of California as driving time, but it's so different when you just look at like the actual geography of it. Yeah.
Hey, someone pointed out that Nova slept through it as well.
Yeah. She's a little alarmed.
Clearly it's not a very bad one, otherwise they would care.
What's the longest one you've ever experienced?
It's probably about 10 seconds or so.
Oh, so you've never experienced like a long,
like a big long shake. No, then it was a weaker one. So it's just like it was. I imagine it's what would be like if I had magic fingers for my mattress because it's my I was in bed and my mattress just vibrated for like 10 seconds.
Like the Simpsons episode.
I don't watch Simpsons, but probably. All right, let's see. Y'all just got to watch an earthquake. Press the like button for our lives as we lift.
Share the earthquake.
And now, where's the Rock when you need him? Oh god. All right, so I'm getting a noun from the chat still. Gentleman's sausage, says Beth to go. Lady purse. Bananas. Olive. Lady purse. Clearly, Beth wants me to say lady purse. You know what? I'm doing it. Jeff is happy.
It's either Beth the Goo or Go Big Boar, Go Home. Let's give him the best vaginal related ones. I'm still waiting on Queen.
Oh, Connor354 today said Corona Man. Oh, if I'd seen that, I would have done it. I feel I have to help him out since he's mad about adjectives. But all right, chat, you'll be very excited. You're gonna finish us off with an article of clothing. So
does a butt
Kelly,
plug count?
Kelly, you get Kelly, you get a type of liquid.
Oh. Well, I can guess what the chat would want.
Spinal fluid.
Blue milk.
Mm.
Blue.
Nice.
Blue milk.
I can't. Oh god, Jeff, a plural noun.
Matzo balls.
God, no, I want to use wiener warmer.
Do it.
Kangaroo cod piece is also solid.
Mm.
I gotta go with wiener warmer. I can't not. It's too fucking funny. All right, and Kelly, you're gonna finish the whole thing off with an adjective.
Okay. Transcendent.
Ooh, good adjective.
Somebody did use butt plug.
All right, guys. Ways to meet people. You ready?
Yes.
Where can you meet a nice, normal wiener to date? Sure, there are traditional avenues like the workplace or the Matrix, but here's some other creative, soupy ways. Oh. Show off your sexy athletic skills by joining a donut ball team at a rec center. Walk your favorite four-legged pandemic at the local rhino park. Attend a crying class at community college.
We can find that out here.
Look for antique stargazers for your collection at a flea market. Is that code for old people slaves?
Oh, no!
Suggestively squeeze the largest, juiciest DVDs while exploring the engorged farmer's market. Or to a really confused porn. Oh,
you guys got Team America World Police?
Oh, God. Oscillate with hundreds of other crazy pencil sharpeners as part of a flash mob. That sounds like a flash mob thing. Volunteer to...
Uh-oh.
Volunteer to plant nipple clamps at a neighborhood park. Plant nipple clamps. Try daring earthquake-defying new adventures like sky spewing. When you vomit out of a plane.
Oh my god, I gotta show you the vomit scene from Problem Child 2 after this.
Go to cultural events like lady purse museums or blue milk tastings. Do cardio or lift matzo balls at the gym in your tightest wiener warmer.
That's perfect.
Feel fit and you'll look transcendent.
I dug that one. That's for the chat. I don't clap for myself. That's for the chat.
Thank you, chat. Thank you, everybody. Oh my god. Crying class is better than basket weaving. Is the death wiener a Karen? Huh.
Watch more and find out.
Maybe. We'll find out. Oh my god. All right. Well, I think that's gonna do it for our show tonight. I think that'll be it. Thank you so much for joining us, Jedi Bunny. And like I said, you have a standing invitation. Come on every other night this week and forever if you'd like.
Thank you so much, guys. This was so fun. I can't believe we experienced an earthquake together.
I know, that was so weird, and it's going to be recorded for all to see.
That was crazy. Oh my gosh, it's only my second. I've been here almost 2 years, and it's the second one.
Yeah, that's it's been a handful for me. I'm like, I guess I'm used to it at this point. Anyway,
I guess, yeah, you guys were stoic about that.
nothing scares Jeff. You don't scare easy.
No,
That's great.
I don't scream at cats like Dean Winchester.
Oh god, that's a great episode. Oh man. Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna play ourselves out, and you're not prepared for what's about to happen because you don't know what's about to happen. So you're stuck with it, basically. But we are gonna I figured out. I'm queued up and ready to go.
What? Can I have us?
I know what you're doing. It's just taking a long time. Okay.
Well, tough shit.
Ask for your manager in a second.
All right, Karen.
Pull a Karen on you. All right. So this is how we like to end our stream. It's our Corona kiss, and it's you'll see what it's. She's like, oh, now. But you need to listen to this great song too. Oh wait! Before we end the stream, Ellie, tell everyone where they can find you.
You can find me on YouTube. My channel name is Jedi Bunny, and I'm still figuring out what I'm doing with YouTube. So yeah, that's about it.
But you should definitely check her out because she's awesome. And you can find her back on this channel eventually. You can find this wonderful gentleman, world-class bullshitters everywhere. And you're here, so you know where to find me. So thank you guys for watching, and good night.